This year on the farm, things started moving a lot faster. What began as a normal season quickly turned into something much bigger. New production lines came online, machines got bigger, and suddenly, this place wasn't just growing crops anymore. It was running like a real operation. Factories running day and night, trucks hauling products out of the yard, fields expanding, harvests getting bigger every single month. But growth like that comes with pressure. Bigger systems to manage, bigger decisions to make. And one thing is becoming very clear. If this farm is going to keep expanding, we're going to need more help. Because the next chapter of this farm is going to be bigger than anything we've built so far. August in Montana. Barley's standing tall and golden, ready to come down. Grace will be here any minute. Braden's already pacing around the combine like it's Christmas morning. And honestly, I've got a good feeling about this year.
Morning! She's fueled, polished, cleaned twice. I even wiped the mirrors again. Can I run it this year?
You've been circling that combine since sunrise, haven't you?
It's a John Deere. Look at it. It's immaculate. It deserves someone who appreciates it.
Appreciates it or worships it?
Both.
All right, you can cut this year, but you better get out there before Grace shows up or she'll claim seniority and kick you out of the cab.
I'm gone. She can haul. I'll make you proud.
Just keep your line straight and don't treat it like a parade lap.
Relax. This thing was built for me.
There he goes. Happiest man in Montana. Right, before he harvests half the field for nothing, I better check that barley's actually ready. Wouldn't be the first time enthusiasm outran moisture levels. Nice and dry. Perfect moisture. That's what we like to see.
Morning. Just pulled in. Where do you need me?
Bit late, Grace. Combine's taken. You're hauling today.
Oh, really? And who made that decision?
First in, first served.
Unbelievable. Fine, I'll haul. But if I see crooked lines, I'm reporting you.
They'll be laser straight.
All right, children. Braden cuts. Grace hauls. Let's just bring the barley home without a domestic incident.
No promises.
And just like that, harvest begins. Golden dust in the air, combine chewing through rows like it's been waiting all year. I'll leave them to it and make myself useful. Deliveries won't magically teleport. Flatbed trailer time. Someone's got to keep the money moving while they're playing Farmer of the Year out there. This year's going to be tight. Barley now, and then corn in October from that big new field. Double harvest month. No room for mistakes. Right, sheep barn first. Look at this lot. Wool everywhere. You girls don't stop, do you? Walking, bleating production units. Let's load this up and get it across to the spinneries before the place looks like a pillow factory exploded. And there we go. Wool dumped, production lines humming. Fabric starts spinning, then clothes from that. It's funny how normal that feels now. This year, though, main goal? Grace. I've been thinking about promoting her, properly. Farm manager. She's earned it. Full of ideas, always thinking 3 steps ahead, and half the time she's solving problems before I even notice them. With the farm scaling like this, someone needs to oversee operations properly. And honestly, that frees me up. Hope's been patient. Ethan's 6 now. He's asking about tractors and fields, and why the sheep always look surprised. I'd like to be around more, not just chasing the next delivery. Right, greenhouse produce loaded. Let's get this down to the farmer's market. And that's $14,000. Nice, tidy income. Back to the farm for the sawmill wood. Look at those stacks. This thing never slows down. Strap it tight, haul it over to the warehouse, and let's see what kind of month we're building here. Grace keeps mentioning logistics contracts. Instead of me driving back and forth all year, we arrange distribution companies. They collect. We focus on production. Small fee, steady buyers. She's thinking bigger picture now. Systems, efficiency. That's manager thinking, and I like it. The farm's not small anymore. We need structure, not just hustle. And there it is, 95,000 from that load. That puts us at 180,000 in the bank already. Not a bad start to August. Out in the fields, Barley's rolling in smooth. Braden's grinning behind that wheel. Grace is hauling like she owns the place. Season 16 is underway. And this farm, it's not just surviving anymore. It's moving with purpose.
All right, with that done, let's unhitch the flatbed and swap over. Big grain trailer time. If we're going to keep production steady this year, the whiskey and beer factories need feeding properly. No half measures. Let's haul from the silo and top both of them up with a full year's supply. Get it done now while things are calm, and we won't be scrambling later when harvest pressure kicks in. First up, corn into the whiskey factory. This trailer holds 52,000 litres per run, so 3 loads should comfortably give us a full year's supply sitting in storage. That's the beauty of scaling up. Fewer trips, bigger impact. Water's already sorted. That system's ticking away nicely. After the corn, we'll need some barley and a bit of dried corn in smaller ratios, but nothing dramatic. As long as the tanks stay full, that factory won't stop producing for a second. How's it looking out there?
Barley's coming in clean. Great yield. Moisture's perfect.
Hauling steady. We even got the sorghum field done.
The sorghum too. I completely forgot about that one.
You're welcome.
It's all in. We're just about wrapping up for the day.
That's brilliant. So that's barley and sorghum sorted. October, we tackle corn. Then it's grass planting across all fields before winter hits.
Busy few months ahead.
Just how we like it. August wraps up strong. Barley in the silo. Sorghum done. Corn topped into the whiskey factory and production lines secured for the year. 180,000 in the bank. Factories humming. Team running smooth. Season 16 didn't ease us in gently. It launched us forward. September's next. And if this momentum keeps building, this might be our biggest year yet. September already. The fields are tidy after barley harvest, but we've got long rows of straw sitting out there waiting to be dealt with. Nothing glamorous about straw. But it pays, and tidy fields make for a tidy winter.
Morning! I've got the baler hooked up and lined up on the first field. Ready when you are.
And I've got the bale trailer on standby. I'll shadow him once he starts dropping them.
Perfect. Braden, you bale. Grace, you haul. Let's clear all 3 fields today if we can.
Are these all getting sold, or are we keeping a stack?
Sell them straight at the farmer's market. We've got enough feed stored, and straw money's easy money.
Music to my ears. Nothing more satisfying than clean rows disappearing behind me.
You say that like you're painting a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece.
All right, Picasso, just keep it straight. I'll check the cows, and then I've got beer to move. Busy morning. Beef herd's looking strong. Feed levels solid, slurry building up nicely for later use. We've got more calves on the way soon too. Numbers are climbing steadily. Now the dairy barn. 140 cows. That's a serious herd now. Tanks are filling faster every month. Milk production is strong, really strong. At some point, it stops making sense to sell raw milk. If we're producing this much, we should be processing it. Bottled milk, cheese, butter, higher margin, better control. That idea's not going away. Right, flatbed trailer on. Beer time! Let's load up last year's finished stock. Look at that, pallets stacked clean and waiting. That's what steady production looks like when you don't panic sell. Strapped down tight, full trailer. Let's check market prices before we commit. Normally we head straight to Applebee's. Habit more than anything. But Casey's gas station is offering $1,700 per pallet this month. Applebee's is sitting at $1,500. $200 per pallet difference adds up fast over a full load. Casey's it is. Let's try a new buyer and see how it feels. You know what? We've talked about it enough. Let's do it. We're building a dairy. We've scaled crops, livestock, textiles, alcohol production. There's no reason to keep selling milk raw when we can process it ourselves. Up alongside the second spinnery makes sense, keeps all production central. And just like that, 210,000 invested. Brand new dairy facility installed. Let's get the first load in. Back and forth a couple of trips, and we've got 72,000 litres sitting in the dairy tanks. All right, let's set this up properly. Activate bottled milk. Activate cheese. Activate butter. There it goes. Production lights on. Machines humming. Milk's no longer just milk. It's product. That's progress. September ends strong. Straw fields cleared. Beer sold at a better margin. Dairy built and operational in a single day. Grace and Braden have wrapped up baling and headed home. Fields are tidy, barns are full, and production lines are expanding. October's next. Corn harvest. And if this farm keeps moving at this pace, this could be one of our biggest years yet.
October's arrived here in Montana, and that means one thing: corn harvest. The new field's ready, weather's holding, and it's finally time to bring in the biggest crop we've planted all year. Let's see where Grace is this morning. Morning, Grace. What are you working on?
Just finishing some emails. I've been organizing logistics contracts with a distribution company. They'll start coming by the farm to pick up products and handle deliveries for us soon.
That's exactly the direction we need to go. You've really taken initiative with this stuff lately.
Oh, I better get to the field before Braden harvests the whole thing without me.
Good call. See you out there. Braden, how's the corn looking?
Combine's rolling. Crop's nice and dry. Yield looks good so far.
I'm on my way with the tractor and trailer now. I'll start hauling.
Perfect. I'll follow behind with the baler and pick up the corn stalks. No point letting that straw go to waste.
Now that's teamwork.
Let's get this harvest moving.
While they get started out there, I've been thinking about the next big move for the farm. Down south in Hobson, there's the Rocky Mountain Ethanol Factory. If we can purchase that by the end of the year, we'd open up a whole new production chain. Costs about $240,000, but it runs year-round. It needs corn, dry corn, sorghum, and propane to produce ethanol. And ethanol sells well. If we keep it supplied properly, that thing could become another steady income stream.
Godric, I drove past your new field and saw that combine out there. Looks like harvest time already.
Good to hear from you, David. Yeah, the field's performing beautifully. The soil's holding up well too.
That's good to hear. I was hoping whoever bought that land would treat it properly.
Actually, I wanted your opinion on something. I've been thinking about buying the ethanol plant down in Hobson.
Ethanol, huh?
Yeah, corn-based fuel production. It would give us another outlet for crops and keep production moving all year.
Well, ethanol can be a complicated topic. If it's done responsibly, it can reduce reliance on fossil fuels. But the key thing is sustainability. Crop rotation, soil health, and not pushing the land too hard.
That's exactly what we've been focusing on here.
Good. Sounds like you're building something special out there.
Before finishing up, I swing by the sheep barn, and it's packed. 500 sheep in here now. Time to thin the numbers a little. We sell 100 of the 17-month-olds and bring in just under $50,000. Not a bad way to close out October. The harvest's in, the farm's healthy, and winter's starting to creep in across the valley. Time to head home, see Hope and Ethan, and start thinking about what the next season might bring. Morning, team. Quick check-in before we get started. Couple of things on the list today. Braden, I need you on grass seeding, all 5 fields. We're setting ourselves up for a big silage cut in April next year.
All 5 fields? That's gonna keep me busy.
That's the idea. Nice steady work before winter hits.
What about me?
Grace, if you can grab the lime spreader and work your way through those same fields, that would be perfect. Let's keep those pH levels exactly where they should be.
Sounds good. I'll start with the big field and work across.
Perfect. Meanwhile, I'll take care of deliveries and top up the spinneries with wool so fabric production keeps running. Actually, Grace, how's that logistics contract coming along?
Almost done. Should be finalized next month. December, we'll probably meet the driver and get everything set up.
That's brilliant. Once that's running, it'll take a lot of pressure off us.
Looking forward to not hauling every second day.
Exactly. All right, team, let's get to work. First delivery done. Greenhouse produce dropped off for $15,000. Not bad for something that basically grows itself once it's set up. Now on to the sawmill products. Look at these stacks. Wood beams, planks, long planks. The sawmill just keeps churning it out. Forestry might not be glamorous, but it's steady money. Once this logistics company starts collecting our goods regularly, it's going to change everything. Instead of me constantly driving deliveries across the valley, we'll have trucks coming in and out buying what they need. More time for farming, more time for planning the next expansion. Maybe even a little time for family life again. That's the goal anyway.
Hey, stranger. Still alive out there?
Barely. Deliveries, seeding, liming, the usual farm chaos.
Sounds peaceful compared to the bank today.
Busy?
Very. But actually, something interesting came up.
That sounds dangerous.
One of our business clients is looking to invest in agricultural operations in the region. They were asking about farms that are expanding quickly.
And you thought of me?
Well, I might have mentioned the whiskey empire.
You what?
Relax, I didn't give details. But they're curious about farms that are vertically integrating production chains.
That actually sounds interesting.
I thought maybe we could talk about it over dinner soon.
Now you've got my attention.
Good. I'll tell you more tonight.
Right, back to work and bale trailer hooked up. Time to finish clearing those last straw bales from last month. Another load heading down to the farmer's market. About $8,000 per trailer. Not massive money, but it adds up quickly when you clear the whole field. How's it looking out there, guys?
Liming's nearly done. Just finishing the 4th field.
Still seeding grass. Big fields take a while.
Long day for you both.
Worth it, though.
You know, with the farm growing like this, I've been thinking we might need more employees next year.
Wouldn't say no to that.
Or bigger equipment.
Maybe both.
Now you're talking. I reckon my dad could hook us up with a John Deere deal or two.
That might actually be a really good idea. Leave it with me for now. I'll work something out and let you know. November wraps up with the fields seeded, soil balanced, and another stack of straw sold. Winter's closing in, but this farm keeps moving forward. December's arrived here in Montana, winter starting to creep across the valley. The farm's quieter in some ways, but there's still plenty happening behind the scenes. And today might end up being one of the biggest days we've had all year. Morning team, quick check-in before we get too far into the day. Where's everyone at?
Morning! I'm out by the forest edge. Got the winch hooked up and I'm dragging some trees back to the sawmill. Plenty of timber waiting out here.
Perfect. That mill never slows down.
I'm around the yard. Tractor's running and ready to go.
All right, Braden, let's start by sorting the wool. Sheep barn's getting stacked again, and we need that heading over to the spinneries.
Easy job to start the day with.
Meanwhile, I'm going to sell the youngest lambs and thin the numbers out in that pen a little. They're getting crowded again.
How many sheep are we running now?
Honestly, I stopped counting when it started sounding like a football stadium every morning.
Once the wool's moved, what do you want next?
Hook the trailer on and swing past both cow barns with a load of straw bales. Bedding needs topping up across the board.
Copy that.
And while we're talking livestock, the beef herd is now up to 70 animals, growing every month and looking healthy.
That's a big herd.
It is. Feed levels are solid though, and they're putting on good weight.
I'll get those straw bales sorted then.
Good man. Once you're done, meet me around at the dairy barn and we'll check those cows together.
Busy morning already.
That's farm life in December. All right, Braden, bring that trailer in here. 160 dairy cows now. That's a serious herd standing in this barn.
Where do you want the bedding?
I'll spread the straw bales down along the rows there. Look at them though. Calm, well-fed, and producing like champions. We've got over 50,000 liters of milk sitting in the tank already.
That dairy factory is going to stay busy.
Exactly the plan. All right, gates open. You're good to roll out. Right, next job today is the ethanol project. And honestly, I want Grace involved in this one. If she's stepping into the farm manager role around here, she should be part of every major decision we make from now on. Ah, Grace, got a minute?
Sure, what's up?
First things first, congratulations.
For what?
You're officially the farm manager.
Wait, you're serious?
Completely serious. You've earned it.
That's incredible.
Now, grab the keys. I want you to drive us down to Hobson.
The ethanol factory?
Exactly.
I've never actually seen this place in person before.
You'll know it when we get there.
There it is. Wow.
Told you.
That thing is massive.
Looks like a miniature nuclear power station sitting out in the valley.
I can't believe we're even considering buying something this big.
Not considering anymore. All right, office should be in here somewhere. Let's see what we're signing ourselves into. $240,000 for the Rocky Mountain ethanol facility.
That's a big investment.
It is, but it opens an entirely new production chain. Corn, dry corn, sorghum, propane, all feeding into ethanol production that runs year-round. And with the crops we're growing now, it fits perfectly. Rocky Mountain ethanol is officially ours.
That's unbelievable.
Third factory on the farm now. Whiskey, beer, and ethanol.
Plus the dairy and the clothing production chain.
Exactly. This place started as a farm. Now it's becoming a full production network.
So what's next?
Biogas. But first, let's get back to the farm and figure out how to run this thing. Quick check-in. How's it going out there, Braden?
Still out by the forest line clearing more trees for the sawmill. Plenty of timber left to bring in.
Perfect. That mill will appreciate it.
What do you need from me?
Can you hitch on the tanker and head into town? We need propane.
How much are we talking?
1 load back to the farm for the corn dryer, then 2 loads down to the ethanol plant in Hobson so we can get that place running properly.
Got it. I'll head out now.
Meanwhile, I'll start filling the trailer with dry corn, regular corn, and sorghum so the ethanol factory has everything it needs for a full year of production.
Sounds like a big operation already.
That's the plan. Loading this grain for the ethanol plant really puts things into perspective. A few years ago, this place was just fields and a couple of barns trying to stay afloat. Now we've got whiskey production, beer production, clothing lines coming out of the spinneries, dairy processing milk into products, and now ethanol. It's starting to look less like a farm and more like a full business operation. Next year's going to be even bigger too. We'll have a lot more corn planted to feed this factory, plus that massive silage cut coming in April from all 5 fields. And if things keep growing like this, we're going to need more hands around here. Renzo and Cassie might be worth calling if they're still available. Good workers like that would help take the pressure off when the big harvests hit again. Because one thing's certain, this place isn't slowing down anytime soon.
Godric, haven't heard from you in a while.
Liam, good timing actually. Things have been busy over here.
Busy how?
Just bought an ethanol factory down in Hobson.
You what?
Yeah, whiskey, beer, dairy, clothing, now ethanol as well.
Sounds like you're building an empire over there.
Feels like it some days. What about you? How's Scotland treating you?
Pretty good, actually. I finally bought the fish food factory. Uncle Alistair decided it was time to retire.
That's huge.
Yeah, Ewan and I are going 50-50 on the farm as well now. Proper partnership.
Sounds like things are going well.
Fiona and I are engaged.
No way! Congratulations!
Thanks, mate. Nothing planned yet, but there might be a wedding in Scotland in a couple of years.
Well, you know I'll be there. Great catching up with you, mate, as always.
You too, Godric. Talk again soon, yeah?
All right, back to work. That's the final trailer of dry corn unloaded. Propane tanks are filled, corn, sorghum, and dry corn all stocked up. And the ethanol plant is officially running. From this point on, it should keep producing non-stop for the next year. Not a bad investment. And just like that, another year comes to an end here on the farm. New factories built, production chains expanded, the farm growing stronger every single season. Winter's settling in across Montana now, but behind the scenes, everything keeps running. January is just around the corner, and with everything we've built this year, the next chapter might be even bigger. January has arrived, and with it, a brand new year here on the farm. Winter's settled across Montana, fields resting for now, but behind the scenes, the operation never really stops. Morning, Grace. How's the new farm manager settling in?
Busy already. I've been reorganizing a few things around here.
Such as?
First big change. The logistics deal is officially complete.
Already?
Yep. The driver should be arriving today, actually. His name's Hank Callahan, independent logistics contractor. Big rig, massive trailer capacity. He'll come in whenever we need large shipments moved.
So instead of us hauling everything ourselves,
He picks up the products, sells them at the best market price, and takes a small fee for the service.
that could save us days of work every month.
Exactly the idea.
And speak of the devil, looks like he's just pulling into the farm now. Wow, that truck is an absolute monster.
Good morning. Hank Callahan. You must be Godric.
Hello, Hank. Yes, Godric Manston. Welcome to the farm.
Heard you've got a fair amount of product moving through here.
That's one way of putting it.
Well, this truck can haul a serious load. Pallets, bulk goods, long runs, whatever you need.
Good to hear. We've got a few different pickup points around the farm.
I figured that might be the case.
Follow me and I'll show you the main collection spots. Dairy products, sawmill timber, greenhouse goods, beer pallets, everything like that.
Sounds good.
Once you know the layout, you can coordinate directly with Grace. She's the farm manager now.
Perfect. Always nice when someone keeps the operation organized.
All right, with Hank following me now, I can show him the pickup points and assist him for his first haul. Watching Hank load that truck really puts this whole logistics idea into perspective. That rig can haul more pallets in one run than I could move in 3 or 4 trips with the trailer. External contractor, massive hauling capacity, and he sells everything at the best market price before taking a small cut. Next stop is the sawmill. Look at that. Wood beams, planks, long planks all going in one go. Then over to the greenhouses, another stack of pallets. Normally this would take me half a day of driving back and forth. Hank's doing it in a single load. There he goes, heading off toward the market. We started the morning with 55,000 in the bank. Now we swing over to the beer factory, so Hank knows where those pickups will be too. Next run, he'll take a full load of beer down to Casey's gas station. And just like that, the account balance jumps up to 160,000 from that first delivery run. Back in the office with a cup of coffee, and for the first time in a while, I've actually got a bit of breathing room. Logistics running smoothly, factories ticking along, livestock settled for winter. Maybe I should head inside and see Ethan, and have a proper chat with Hope about those investors she mentioned earlier.
There you are. Busy morning?
You could say that. Logistics truck arrived today. Absolute game changer.
That's good to hear.
So, tell me more about those investors you mentioned.
Oh yeah, they're interested in farms that are expanding production chains. Ones that aren't just growing crops, but actually turning them into finished products.
Sounds familiar.
Exactly. Whiskey, beer, dairy, ethanol. That's the sort of operation they're watching.
Are they looking to invest?
Possibly. Nothing confirmed yet, but they're curious.
Well, if they want to see how things run around here, I'd be happy to show them.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
Anyway, time for lunch. February has arrived, and it's a bit of a quiet one around here. Braden and Grace have both taken the month off, well deserved after the year we've just had. The farm's running smoothly now though, so it's just me holding the fort and taking care of a few regular jobs. First things first, let's hitch the flatbed trailer on and head over to the sheep barn. Look at all this wool stacked up again. Honestly, these sheep never stop producing. Every time I walk in here, it feels like the pile has doubled. Let's get this loaded up and hauled across to the spinneries, so the fabric production lines keep ticking over. No point letting it sit here when it could be turning into clothes and making us some money. Next job is the sheep again, but this time it's feeding. Good thing we've still got a nice pile of grass bales ready to go. Let's load these onto the trailer and get them over to the feed troughs. 78,000 liters of grass sitting on this trailer. That should keep them going nicely. All right. Let's get these unloaded and keep this flock happy. Right, flatbed trailer can go away now. Time to hook up the big grain trailer instead. Let's swing over to the silage silo and get a load for the dairy cows. 50,000 liters should do the trick. Those cows are producing a lot of milk at the moment, and we definitely don't want their food running low. Keeping that dairy production steady is one of the keys to this whole operation now. And that pretty much wraps up February. Nothing dramatic this month, just keeping everything ticking along while the team enjoys a well-earned break. Factories are running, livestock are fed, and the farm's steady as ever. March is just around the corner, and before long, we'll be gearing up for another big season here in Montana. Morning team, quick check-in. Where are you two at?
Over by the sawmill production area.
Yeah, we're both out here cutting and hauling wood.
Perfect. Let's clear that whole area out. One day, that space is going to be where the biogas plant sits. So the more room we make now, the better.
Copy that. We'll keep the logs coming.
All right, first stop for me today is the sheep barn. This place is absolutely packed again. Time to thin things out a little. Let's sell off the oldest sheep. 220 of them should do it. That'll clear some space while still leaving a big flock for breeding and wool production. And there we go. Just under 150,000 added to the account. Not a bad start to the morning. Right, time to keep things moving. Hop into the tractor, hitch up the flatbed trailer, and head back over to the sheep barn again. Because if there's one thing these sheep produce almost as fast as lambs, it's wool. Another full trailer load stacked up here ready to go. Let's get this hauled across to the spinneries and keep those production lines running. And that's another trailer load of wool dropped off. The spinneries will be busy for a while after that. Nice to see Hank back doing deliveries today as well. Watching that big truck moving pallets around saves us so much time. And over there, you can see Braden and Grace working together, bringing in the logs for the sawmill. At the same time, they're clearing that whole section of land ready for the future biogas plant. And honestly, that biogas plant is going to solve a lot of problems. Both cow barns are producing huge amounts of slurry and manure now. Storage tanks are getting pretty full. Instead of letting it pile up, we'll be able to convert all of that waste into energy and profit. Add in excess silage and other organic materials, and the biogas facility could easily become one of the most profitable parts of this entire operation. All right, time to catch up with Grace at the farm office.
Perfect timing, actually. I've been thinking about next month's silage harvest.
All 5 fields. It's going to be a big one.
Exactly. So I was thinking we add another mower setup. 2 mower combos working side by side would cut the fields twice as fast.
That makes sense.
And instead of using the forage wagon to collect loose grass, we bale it instead.
Grass bales?
Yep, they're far more compact. We already have the baler and bale trailer, so pickup would be much faster.
Then we just drop the bales into the fermenting silo for silage.
Exactly. And we can keep some aside for sheep feed, too.
That's actually a fantastic idea.
I'll get it organized now.
Right, March wraps up nicely. And next month, we tackle the big one. Silage harvest across all 5 fields. April has arrived, and that means it's finally time for the big silage harvest across all 5 fields. Morning team, how's it looking out there?
Already started. Mower combo's attached and I'm cutting the first field now.
Perfect start.
I'm heading to the shop right now to pick up the new mower setup.
Once you've got it hooked up, you can jump into the next field and we'll get this harvest moving twice as fast.
That's the plan.
Meanwhile, I'll handle today's deliveries myself. Just this once.
What's going out today?
Couple of big ones actually. My new clothing line and the first ethanol sale.
Sounds like a good day already.
Let's make it a big one. All right, trailer's loaded and ready to go. And this one's a little special. These pallets are filled with my very own Season 1 Godric t-shirts, heading down to the merch store. Nice simple design, good quality fabric, and we're selling them at a brand new low price of just $15 each. Honestly, that's an absolute bargain. If everything goes the way I think it will, these things should fly off the shelves down at the Hobson General Store. Let's get them delivered. And we've arrived. Pull up to the unloading point, start shifting the pallets, and just like that, they're all sold. $410,000 for that entire clothing shipment. That pushes the bank balance up to $764,000. And since we're already this close to the ethanol plant, we might as well load that up too. Now this is a sight to see. Rows and rows of ethanol pallets stacked and ready to ship. 31 pallets in total sitting here from just a few months of production. Let's get them loaded onto the trailer and see what kind of number that turns into. Quick look at the prices. And Hobson General Store is once again offering the best deal. $4,200 per pallet. That's excellent. Unload the trailer. And there we go. $200,000 from ethanol alone. Bank balance now sitting at $960,000. We're closing in on $1 million. All right, team, quick check-in. I'm heading back to the farm.
Both mower combos are running now. 2 fields already done.
Grass is dropping fast.
Perfect. Once I get back, I'll hitch up the baler and start working behind you both.
There's going to be a lot of bales.
That's fine. It'll be worth it. You know, looking at the numbers lately is pretty incredible. Almost $1 million sitting in the bank. Whiskey production running year-round. Beer factory still turning out steady income. Clothing lines selling faster than expected. Dairy processing milk into products. And now ethanol production on top of everything else. Next month, we'll need to get the corn planted again to keep that factory supplied. Might even be time to buy a second planter to speed things up. And I've been eyeing another field up in the upper valley as well. More land means more crops. More crops means more production. And honestly, we might even need another combine soon. I should talk to Braden and his dad, see if they can help source another one before the next harvest. Because this farm is growing faster than I ever imagined. All right, team, how are we finishing up out there?
Mowing is officially done. I'm picking up and hauling the grass bales now.
I've parked the mower and started going over some of the machines. Few repairs before planting season.
Good thinking.
We've even sold a couple of the older machines we're not really using anymore.
Yeah, less clutter around the yard.
Sounds good.
That was a massive silage run.
All 5 fields done in 1 month.
Yeah, I'd call that a successful April. Factories full, harvest complete, and the farm moving faster than ever. Let's get some rest, because next month we start planting again. May has arrived, and it's time to get the corn planting underway. Morning, team. How's it looking out there?
Already ahead of you. I've got the planter hooked up and I'm heading out to the first field now to start planting corn.
Nice early start.
I'm just heading into town to pick up the second planter now. Same model as Braden's, so we can run 2 fields at once.
Perfect. Let's get this planting knocked out quickly. Right, the Kinsey Blue Drive planter. 18.2 meter working width and a $250,000 price tag. All right then, let's buy it. Grace will pick that up at the shop now and head straight out to the fields to join Braden. We've got 4 full fields of corn to plant this year, plus 1 field of sorghum. With 2 planters running side by side, it should move along pretty quickly. Should be a good month. Right, time for me to get a few jobs done around the farm. Let's hitch on the flatbed trailer first, over to the sheep barn, load up a full trailer of wool, and get this delivered over to the spinneries. They burn through wool pretty quickly with the fabric production and clothing lines running all year round now. Best to keep them topped up. You know, while working around here lately, I keep finding myself thinking about Nathan. Still no sign of him. No one's seen him anywhere in Montana for months now. His farm is empty, buildings gone, the land up for sale, and the man himself just vanished. It's strange. Anyway, next job. Swap out the flatbed for the big trailer. Let's load it up with barley from the silo and run it down to the beer factory. Probably 2 trailer loads should be enough to keep production running for another couple of years without needing to refill. Nice, steady supply line. All right, that's sorted. Let's park up here and check in on the sheep. We're sitting at about 280 sheep in the barn right now, after selling quite a few recently. Still been a great source of income though. And we've got 80 15-month-old sheep already breeding again, plus a group of 8-month-olds not far behind. Cycle keeps going. Meanwhile, the sawmill over there is still ticking along nicely too. Now, let's check on the beef cows. Looks like another 10 calves have been born this month, which pushes the herd up to 80 total. And there's another 20 expected in about 3 months. Once the herd gets a bit bigger, we can start selling some of these beef cows for profit. That's another good income stream building quietly in the background. Planting is pretty much finished, machines are running smoothly, and the farm keeps growing. Not a bad month at all. Let's see what June brings.
June has arrived, and Braden's already out nice and early again. He's got the sprayer running across the cornfields, giving them a fresh layer of herbicide to keep the weeds under control for the month. Good to see him getting straight into it. As for me and Grace, well, we've got a farm management discussion to have today. A pretty big decision, actually. And speaking of which, here she is now.
Morning, Godric.
Morning. So, the big one. Biogas.
I've been looking at the numbers, and honestly, I think it's a great move.
You do?
Absolutely. We already produce huge amounts of slurry and manure, plus we've got silage to spare. The biogas plant can turn all of that into electricity.
Which we then sell.
Exactly. It's expensive up front, but long-term, it should be very profitable.
All right then, let's do it.
Well, it's officially built.
Look at that.
And the total bill came to $582,000.
Wow, this place is incredible. So over here we've got the bunker unit, where we'll feed in silage and manure. And just beside it, the slurry reservoir, where all the slurry will be stored and processed. Then further along here is the generator. That's where the methane gas produced by the system gets converted into electricity. Now over here, we've got 2 huge containers. This one on the right is the fermenter, and that big tank on the left is the digester. So the idea is everything flows through this whole system together. Organic material goes in, methane gets produced, and electricity comes out. If all these pieces work together the way they're supposed to, we should have money flowing into the account every month. All we need to do is keep feeding the system. Honestly, this thing could become one of the most profitable parts of the farm. All right, let's get this place running. Grace is busy setting up the production pipelines, so everything flows properly through the system. And all I have to do is press this one button right here. That links all the electricity production straight to the farm bank account. Simple as that. Right, back into the tractor now. Let's hitch on the slurry tanker and start moving some of this over to the biogas plant. This might take a while. The tanker only holds 20,000 litres, and the dairy barn alone has over 600,000 litres of slurry waiting to be moved. And that's not even counting what's sitting over at the beef cow barn. So we'll move what we can today and keep chipping away at it over the next few months. Looks like Hank has turned up today as well. He's doing the rounds, loading up greenhouse produce, wood from the sawmill, and dairy products to take down to the farmer's market. We've also got whiskey ready to sell. I'd better head over there soon and make sure he knows where that is. All right, quick break from hauling slurry. Let's head over to the whiskey factory. And here comes Hank now, pulling up in that huge truck. He's pulling up to the loading bay and starting to load pallets. Looks like we've got about 76 pallets of whiskey ready to go. That's a serious shipment. Honestly, hiring Hank has made logistics around this farm so much easier. Normally this would take me multiple trips, but he's loading it all onto that truck in one go. And just like that, the last pallet is on. Grace told him to take it straight across to the farmer's market. They're paying about $2,400 per pallet right now. 76 pallets at that price? Yeah, that's going to be a very nice sale.
And there it is, sale complete. $270,000 from that whiskey shipment alone. That pushes the bank balance back up to $517,000 already.
Godric, quick question for you.
Go ahead.
I've been looking at the biogas setup, and the trailers we have right now can't actually tip properly into the bunker units.
Right, so what are you thinking?
Best option would be to buy a dedicated auger wagon from the shop.
Sounds expensive.
It is, but it'll be worth it. The model I'm looking at is the Amity Crop Chaser 1000. Costs about $160,000.
That's a serious trailer.
But it can handle both silage and manure, and it holds 60,000 liters per load, which is huge.
All right, sounds like a solid farm management decision.
Perfect. I'll head to the shop and pick it up now.
All right then. Grace is off collecting the new trailer and bringing it back to the farm. Meanwhile, Braden has been out spraying corn all day in that big fancy sprayer of his. Everything looking nice and tidy out in the fields. Which means I should probably get back to the less glamorous side of farming, moving slurry. Still a lot left sitting in those dairy tanks waiting to be hauled over to the new biogas plant. Not exactly the most exciting job on the farm, but if it keeps that generator producing electricity every month, then it's definitely worth doing. So let's get back over there and keep those slurry runs going.
All right. Heading over to the manure heap now with this new trailer, and I'm already telling you this tractor is not loving it.
Go on then, give it some throttle and see what happens.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait.
Oh no,
My front wheels are lifting.
they're completely off the ground.
I'm serious. I can't steer.
You look like a rodeo tractor bouncing up and down over there.
Oh, that is not helpful.
You're literally doing wheelies with 60,000 litres of manure.
Well, if you think it's so easy, you try it.
All right, challenge accepted. Let's see if this thing can do the job properly.
Go on then, farm boss. Show me how it's done.
Easy.
You say that now.
All right, starting off nice and smooth.
Looks good so far.
Heading up the hill now.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, no.
Your front wheels are lifting too.
This trailer is ridiculous.
What on earth is going on over there?
Godric's tractor is doing wheelies with a manure trailer.
I leave the farm for one spraying job and I miss all the entertainment.
All right, hold on. I've got an idea.
This should be good.
Instead of pulling it uphill, I'm going to reverse it.
Reverse it?
Yeah, the bunker is behind us anyway.
This I need to hear.
Slow and steady. Backing up now.
Look at that. It's actually working.
Keep going. Keep going.
You've got it.
And we're in position. All right, unloading the trailer now.
Well done. You solved the manure crisis.
Honestly though, we didn't even need to haul it.
What do you mean?
I just realized the manure heap here is already piped straight into the bunker system.
You're kidding.
We literally just spent 10 minutes fighting a trailer for nothing.
Well, in that case, we should just install another bunker at the dairy cow manure heap too.
Actually, that's a brilliant idea. All right, let's make this happen. Another bunker unit installed right here at the dairy cow manure pile. Connect the piping system and link it straight into the biogas processing line. And just like that, the manure handling is completely automatic. Probably the smartest upgrade we've made all month. And with that, June comes to an end here on the farm. July has arrived, and for the first time in a long while, we're not spending this month out in the fields. Instead, tonight we're heading into town for an end-of-year team dinner. Grace is picking me up shortly, and we're driving into town to grab Braden before heading over to Del Taco. We've also invited 2 people who might become a big part of the farm next season, Cassie and Renzo. Tonight's about relaxing and talking about what comes next.
You ready for this dinner?
Absolutely. It's been a huge season.
And hiring Cassie and Renzo is a big step too.
Their second interviews went well?
Better than well. Contracts are signed. They'll both be starting next season.
That's great news.
We're finally building a proper team here.
All right, here's Braden's place.
Evening.
Hop in.
Next stop, Del Taco. All right, everyone, welcome.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, it's good to finally meet everyone in person.
You picked quite a season to join the farm.
Seriously, this place has exploded in the last couple of years.
That's what made me interested, actually. It's not just a farm anymore.
That's true.
From what I've seen, you've got crop production, livestock, factories, logistics. It's basically a full operation.
And next season is going to be even bigger.
What are the priorities?
Well, first up, corn harvest is going to be massive.
We'll definitely need another combine.
That's the plan, actually. I'm hoping Braden's dad can help us source another one before harvest.
He probably can.
More combines means faster harvest windows.
Exactly.
We're also looking at buying more land in the upper valley.
More fields?
Eventually, yes.
Then we'll need more equipment too.
Definitely. Another hauling trailer is already on the list.
And remember, logistics is already running smoothly with Hank doing the deliveries.
That guy saves us a ridiculous amount of time.
What about livestock expansion?
That's where you come in.
Oh?
We want to expand the animal side of the farm. Sheep, cows, maybe even new production chains.
You'll help oversee that side of things.
I'd love that.
And what about me?
Fields and machinery.
My favorite subjects.
Good, because we've got a lot of both.
Between the 5 of us, we should be able to handle whatever comes next.
Sounds like a solid team.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Good, because next season, this farm is going to grow again. And if everything we've built keeps working the way it has, we might be about to build something even bigger than any of us imagine. For a long time, this farm ran with a small crew. But when a farm keeps growing, sooner or later, the team has to grow with it. And today, the team grows again, with 2 new faces joining the farm, Cassie and Renzo. Hang on a second. Grace, is that a new tractor?
Morning, boss.
That looks a bit different from the old New Holland.
T8 Genesis.
Very nice.
Figured it was time for an upgrade.
Farm manager perks?
More like farm manager savings. Finally bought one of my own.
Love it. Looks good on you. Wheel weights too. You didn't mess around.
If we're running bigger jobs, I might as well run a proper machine.
T8 Genesis. That'll handle anything we throw at it.
That's the plan.
Cab looks comfortable too. Got all the latest gadgets, don't you?
Yep, you'll get a turn eventually.
I'll hold you to that.
All right, I better get moving.
New season. Bigger team. Bigger machines.
And plenty of work waiting.
All right, team. First full day of the new season. Radio check. Everyone alive out there?
Barely. I've been hauling slurry since sunrise. The tanker's full again, and the biogas plant is eating it faster than I can bring it in.
That's what we built it for. Better in the digester than sitting in the barns.
Yeah, well, you can come haul the next load if you like. I smell like the inside of a cow.
You reckon that's bad? I'm loading silage and feeding the cows at the same time, mate.
That's a good sign. Happy cows, happy farm.
They're definitely happy. I'm on my second trailer already.
Meanwhile, I'm over at the sheep barns, moving wool to the spinneries.
I'm in the office getting the year organized before you lot break something expensive.
We would never.
Braden already tried reversing a slurry tanker into the workshop door earlier.
That was a test of structural integrity.
Sure it was.
All right, sounds like everything's under control. I'm checking on the sheep, then I'll grab Grace's old New Holland and take it down to the shop to sell.
Good. One less tractor cluttering the yard.
See? Efficient management already. Jobs getting done before I even ask for them. Cassie feeding cows, Renzo filling the spinneries, Braden keeping the biogas running, and Grace somehow coordinating the whole circus from the office. Honestly, this might be the strongest the farm's ever looked. Now then, let's go sell this tractor. All right, here we are. Grace's old New Holland. You did good work for us. Let's see what the shop thinks you're worth. $87,500. Small problem though. I've now sold my ride home. Guess I'd better walk across to the bank and see if Hope can rescue me.
Well, well, look who's stranded.
In my defense, selling the tractor seemed like a good idea at the time.
Hop in. I'm heading back towards the farm anyway.
Perfect timing.
Ethan's school asked if I could help out this afternoon, so I'm stopping there first.
He'll like that. Kid's already telling everyone his mum runs the bank.
And apparently his dad runs half of Montana now.
All right, team. Quick check-in before the day wraps up.
Perfect timing. I've just hitched another trailer.
I'm out by the forest clearing trees. Winch is working great. Should have the sawmill stocked for weeks.
Nice work.
Also check the cornfields earlier. Crop looks strong. Good color, no obvious problems.
Excellent.
Meanwhile, I'm still hauling slurry. And I've officially decided I hate this job.
You said that 3 loads ago.
I meant it more this time.
All right, guys. Don't forget to park the machines properly tonight. I've just finished ordering parts for half the fleet.
Already?
Preventative maintenance. Try it sometime.
I like this management style.
All right, team. Great work out there this month. Go get some rest. Braden, you're the last one out there with me tonight. Thanks for putting in the long day.
No worries, boss. Oh, actually, my dad called earlier.
Uh-oh.
Relax, it's good news. He's got some kind of special John Deere deal waiting over at his farm.
A John Deere deal?
Yeah. Said if you're interested, you should swing by next month.
Well, now I'm curious.
Thought you might be.
All right then. Next month, I'll go take a look.
Sounds good. I'm heading home before the slurry smell becomes permanent.
Good call. Thanks again. And just like that, August wraps up. The new team's settling in, the machines are running, and the farm is busier than ever. September already, and the first crop ready to come off the fields. It's only a small field this month, but sorghum harvest is always a good sign the season's properly underway. Morning, team. Quick radio check before we get started.
All good here. I'm already in the combine heading over to field 50.
And I'm right behind him with the trailer. Soon as he starts cutting, I'll be hauling the grain back.
Perfect. I'm actually heading out for a bit myself.
Oh yeah?
Going to check out that deal your dad mentioned. What was his name again?
Russell.
That's right, Russell. I'll go see what he's got to show me.
Careful. Once he starts talking about John Deere equipment, he doesn't stop.
I'll brace myself.
Good luck.
Grace and Cassie should be in a little later this morning anyway, so the farm's in good hands.
We'll keep things moving.
Right then, I'll catch you all later. Well, that was a bit of a drive, and if I'm not mistaken, this must be Russell's place. Looks like a proper John Deere farm from the driveway alone. And would you look at that? That has got to be Russell's own tractor. A brand new John Deere 9RX830. That thing is absolutely massive.
You must be Godric.
And you must be Russell.
Braden said you might be stopping by.
He did mention you had something interesting to show me.
Before we get into that, Braden behaving himself out there?
He's been great, actually. Hard worker, knows his machines.
Good to hear. Raised him around tractors his whole life.
Yeah, it shows.
Now then, the reason I asked you to come out here. Braden told me you've been expanding the farm quite a bit lately.
We've been growing fast, that's for sure.
Well, I might have something that fits right into that plan.
Oh?
X-Demo John Deere S7 Combine. Only been used for demonstrations and a few test runs. And the matching header to go with it.
You're kidding.
Nope. Sitting right inside the shed there.
That's the exact model we're already running.
Which means you already know the machine.
2 of those running side by side during harvest would be incredible.
That's what I figured.
What's the price?
Retail would normally be about $381,000 for the combine, plus $144,000 for the header.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But since it's an X-Demo machine, and since Braden spoke pretty highly of you, I'll let both go for $400,000.
Well, I'm not going to overthink this. Deal.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Likewise.
I've been hearing good things about your farm lately, Godric. Keys are in the cab whenever you're ready.
Perfect. Thanks, Russell. Now this is a proper combine cab. Nice and clean, plenty of screens, all the controls exactly where you want them. Now, let's grab the header Russell left on the trailer here before heading back. This one will be perfect for barley and the smaller grain crops we run around the farm. Although before the big corn harvest in November, we'll definitely need to swing past the shop and pick up the corn header for this combine as well. Right then, long drive back to the farm. Meanwhile, everything back there is still ticking along nicely. Braden's out in field 50, cutting through the sorghum harvest right now. Renzo's following behind with the trailer, hauling the grain away as fast as Braden can fill it. Grace is back in the farm office, doing what she does best, organizing the entire operation. She's probably already arranging for Hank to show up and handle a few deliveries for us as well. And Cassie. Cassie's out with the animals, where she seems happiest, sorting the cows, checking the sheep, making sure everything is fed and healthy. It's actually pretty great seeing the farm this busy. Everyone's settled into their roles now, and the whole place is finally running like a proper operation. And here we are, back at the farm. Let's park this new combine up in the workshop bay. Before the November harvest arrives, we'll give it a proper once-over and make sure everything is ready to go.
I thought I heard a combine pull in. Well, that's definitely a surprise.
Russell had a deal waiting.
And of course, it's John Deere.
Of course.
All right then. How much did it cost us?
$400,000. Combine and header together.
Honestly, that's a great price.
That's what I thought too.
Leave it with me. I'll go through the machine and make sure everything's ready.
Perfect. And just like that, September comes to an end. The farm's still running smoothly, and we've added a brand new combine to the fleet. Things are moving quickly around here. Now all that's left is to get ready for October and start preparing for the big corn harvest waiting just around the corner.
October already, and the farm is still moving full speed ahead. All right, team,
Quick radio check before we get started today.
Morning, boss. I'm back on slurry duty again. Tanker's full and the biogas plant is hungry.
You're becoming a professional slurry hauler.
I'd prefer a promotion to literally anything else.
I'm over by the sawmill. It's completely full of wood chips again, so I'm hauling those out first, before the place starts refusing to work.
Good call.
I'm heading out with a trailer of barley. Beer factory needs topping up again.
That production line never stops.
Exactly.
I'm with the animals this morning, feeding the cows and checking the sheep.
Sounds good. Meanwhile, I'm taking the new combine down to the shop to pick up the corn header before next month's harvest. All right then, shop time. The John Deere C16F. Exactly what we need for the new combine. Price tag, $144,000. Well, harvest waits for nobody. All right, purchased. Let's hitch this up and get it back to the farm. And we're back. New header parked up with the combine and ready for next month. Now that that's sorted, I might swing by the beef cow barn and see how Cassie's getting on. She's been here a few months now, so let's see how she's settling in. How's it going over here?
Busy, but good.
Looks like you've got the routine down already.
Cows are easy once you get used to them. Feed them, check them over, keep everything clean. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it here. Plenty to do, and everyone's been great.
That's good to hear.
Speaking of plenty to do, these beef cows are about ready for feeding again.
I'll let you get back to it then. And just like that, October comes to a close. The farm keeps ticking along. Machines are running, productions are stocked, and the team has settled into a good rhythm. The new combine and corn header are ready to go, which means next month is the big one, November. Time to bring in the corn harvest and finish out the year strong. November has arrived, and that means one thing: corn harvest. All right, everyone, quick team meeting before we start the harvest.
I'll be hauling. I'll get the trailer hooked up as soon as we are done here.
Perfect. Renzo and I can both jump in the combines.
Works for me. 2 combines running should move through those cornfields pretty quickly.
Exactly the plan.
What do you want me on?
Start with the animals. Just check the cows and the sheep and make sure everything's in good shape.
Easy enough.
Once you're done, I'm picking up another hauling trailer from the shop. You can hitch onto that and help Grace move the grain.
2 hauling trailers will make a big difference.
Especially with 2 combines filling them.
Looks like this harvest is going to move pretty fast.
That's the idea.
All right then, animals first, and I'll be ready when the trailer shows up.
I'm heading to the fields.
Combine's already warmed up.
Same here.
Perfect. Let's get out there and have ourselves a good month. And just like that, the harvest begins. Braden and Renzo are both heading out with a combine each, corn headers ready to go. Grace is following behind them with the hauling trailer ready to move the grain. Cassie's starting with the animals before joining the hauling operation once I get this second trailer sorted. According to Grace, Hank's already down at the beer factory loading up pallets to deliver, which means production is moving at the same time as harvest. Everything is happening at once. And meanwhile, I'm heading down to the shop to pick up that second trailer so we can haul twice as fast. All right, quick trip to the shop. Let's see. Same trailer we're already using. Krone GX520, 52,000 litre capacity. Price tag, $132,500. All right then, let's buy it. And here it is, hooked up and ready to go. That leaves us with $53,500 in the bank, so we'd better make this harvest count. Let's get this back to the farm. All right, trailer delivered. Let's drop this by the beef cow barn for Cassie. Cassie, trailer's ready.
G'day. Perfect. I'll hitch onto it now and head out to the fields.
Sounds good. Well, that's everyone busy. Braden and Renzo both out combining, Grace and Cassie hauling. And for the first time in a long time, I'm actually sitting at the farm with nothing urgent to do. Feels strange letting go of the reins a bit.
But with Grace running the operation and the rest of the crew working hard, the farm is moving faster than ever. Which also means I finally get a little more time for myself, and maybe even for my family. All right, I'd better at least pretend to be useful. Let's go check on the sheep. Looks like we've got about 460 of them in here now. All healthy, plenty of wool, everything looking good. Cassie's clearly been keeping on top of them. You know, standing here watching the corn harvest roll along like this, it's pretty satisfying. 2 combines moving through the fields, trailers running back and forth, the whole place working like a proper machine. Of course, there's always a few odd jobs around the farm while the big work is going on. We're going to need a lot of grain. The ethanol plant, the beer factory, the whiskey operation, they all rely on corn coming in year after year. We've already got sorghum feeding the ethanol side of things, but the corn supply needs to stay strong. And the beer production needs barley as well, if we want it running all year without constantly rotating fields, which means we may need to start thinking about expanding again. There are a couple of fields nearby that could work perfectly. The one between the farm and the beer and whiskey factory that belongs to Katie. And there's another one just past the last field we bought, also Katie's land. Might be worth giving her a call soon and seeing if she'd be willing to sell. All right, team, radio check before I call it a day. How's everyone getting on out there?
Looking good, boss. I'm on the last stretch of this field now.
Same here. Combine's nearly finished cutting this side.
Cassie and I are hauling the last loads. Plenty of corn coming in.
Trailers have been running non-stop all afternoon.
Sounds like you've got a good system going.
2 combines and 2 hauling trailers makes a huge difference.
Harvest is moving twice as fast this year.
Yields look great too.
Good to hear. Once you're finished up out there, park the machines back at the yard and call it a day.
Will do.
And just like that, November comes to a close. 2 combines running, 2 hauling trailers moving grain, and 1 very successful corn harvest behind us. The farm keeps growing, the team keeps getting stronger, and the future of this place is looking better than ever. Now it's time to head into December and see what the final month of the year brings. December already, and we're finishing the year with $71,000 in the bank. Honestly, I'm not even sure what the plan is this month. Grace handles most of that these days, so I'd better go see what the farm manager has in store for us. Morning, Grace. How are things looking?
Pretty good, actually. I've been checking the numbers this morning.
All right, hit me with it.
We've got just under 400,000 liters of corn sitting in the silo from the harvest, about 165,000 liters of barley, and around 65,000 liters of sorghum.
That's a solid stockpile.
The ethanol factory is running low on supplies already.
Right, so everything needs feeding.
Exactly.
What's the plan then?
Renzo is heading out to do the deliveries today. Cassie and Braden are both off this month, so I need you to hitch up a trailer and start hauling corn from the silo into the corn dryer.
You're giving me jobs now.
That's the idea.
Feels strange being told what to do on my own farm.
That's called management.
All right then, I'll get on it.
Good.
You know, she's really starting to take over around here. Not that that's a bad thing. Let's have a look at what we've got. Loads of corn in the silo, plenty of barley, a decent bit of sorghum as well. Now the corn dryer. Yep, Grace was right. Tons of propane ready to go, but no corn in here at all. Better get on with that before she notices. All right, trailer time. And there goes Renzo. That JCB of his is ridiculously quick.
Morning, boss.
Morning, Renzo. Looks like we're hitching up the same trailer today.
Good choice.
Right then, I'll start moving corn into the dryer.
And I'll handle the deliveries.
Perfect.
Godric, that you?
Walter, how's it going?
Not bad. I saw those harvesters out last month. Did you really buy a second combine?
I did.
That's a big upgrade.
It's made a huge difference with the team helping out.
I can imagine. Looks like the farm's really growing.
We're getting there.
By the way, I haven't heard anything from Nathan since that tornado. Hope nothing bad's happened to him.
Last thing I heard was Liam saying he saw him in Scotland.
Scotland?
Yeah, but nobody's heard from him since.
Strange place to disappear to.
Maybe he's starting fresh somewhere.
Maybe. Well, keep up the good work out there.
Thanks, Walter. You know, having 4 people working this farm really makes a difference. Even with Cassie and Braden off this month, there's still jobs everywhere. Corn to move, productions to supply, animals to manage. There's always something that needs doing. Looks like Renzo's finished up his deliveries and headed home for the day. Grace wrapped up at the office earlier. Just me left finishing the last of these corn runs. Still sitting at about $71,000 in the bank. Not a bad way to close out the year. And just like that, December comes to a close. Winter's settling in around Montana, but the farm is still running strong. The corn dryer's back up and running. The productions are stocked again, and the team has everything under control. It's strange thinking how different this place looked just a few years ago. Now we've got machines everywhere, productions running all year, and a crew that keeps the whole operation moving. Next year, we'll start looking at the next upgrades. More land, maybe more production lines, maybe even something unique to Montana. But for now, it's time to head home and spend some time with the family, and get ready for whatever the new year brings. January already, and it looks like Hank's here early this morning. Plenty of deliveries for him to haul. Morning, Hank.
Morning, Godric.
How've the deliveries been going?
Honestly, pretty great. Your place keeps me busy.
That a good thing or a bad thing?
Good thing. You're one of the bigger solo farms I haul for these days. Greenhouse goods, sawmill products, dairy, beer. You got a bit of everything going on.
That's the plan.
I used to haul down the valley at another farm a while back.
Yeah?
Place got hit by some kind of tornado last year. Haven't seen the owner since.
Yeah, I knew that guy. Just another farmer around here. Strange how things change so quickly.
That's farming. Anyway, I'll start loading the greenhouse pallets and work through the usual runs.
Sounds good. Appreciate the help.
Always happy to drive the truck.
And just like that, Hank gets straight to work. One of the best decisions we made on this farm was bringing in a proper logistics driver. These days, he handles most of the deliveries for us. Greenhouse produce, sawmill planks, long planks, beams, all the stuff that used to take me half the day to run around delivering. Now, Hank just rolls in with that massive truck, loads it up, and disappears down the road. Meanwhile, the farm keeps running. Cassie's out this morning with the milk tank, collecting milk from the dairy cows. She'll take that over to the dairy production building, where we turn it into butter, bottled milk, and cheese. Those production lines have been running almost non-stop lately, which is great, but it also means there's always something needing hauled somewhere. Honestly, it's kind of nice not having to do all that driving myself anymore. These days, I can actually walk around the farm and keep an eye on things. For example, the dairy cows. There's about 220 of them in the barn now. Plenty of milk, plenty of food, and they all look healthy. Only thing they're missing right now is straw bedding. Cassie will probably sort that later. And then, over at the beef cow barn. Looks like we're sitting at about 100 head in there now. That herd has grown pretty quickly. Which actually brings up an interesting question. Because right now, we don't really make any money from those beef cows. They just keep growing the herd. At some point, it might be worth starting to sell a few of them. Not too many, but enough to actually start turning that herd into some income. Something to think about for later in the year. Now, another thing that's been on my mind lately is the tanker situation. Cassie's been using the smaller tanker for a lot of the hauling jobs. Milk, slurry, things like that. But with the amount of production we're running now, it's starting to feel a bit small. So I've been looking at a bigger option. There's a tanker available at the shop that holds about 42,000 litres.
Price tag is around $92,000, which honestly isn't too bad considering how much time it would save. So you know what? Let's do it. New tanker purchased, and we'll grab the dolly to go with it as well. That means Cassie can hook it straight onto the tractor and haul a lot more in one trip. We can even sell the smaller tanker afterwards, since we won't really need it anymore. That should make life a lot easier around here. And speaking of Cassie, looks like she's just coming back from another milk run now.
G'day, boss.
How's the milk runs going?
Much better now, actually. That new tanker is going to make a huge difference.
Glad to hear it.
Fewer trips, bigger loads, definitely a good investment.
That was the idea.
Well, I'd better get back to it.
And just like that, January comes to a close. Hank's been running deliveries, Cassie's been keeping the dairy moving, and the farm is ticking along nicely, even in the quieter winter months. But looking at the weather reports, February might be bringing something a little more dramatic, because there's a blizzard heading our way.
Look at that! The snow has started falling and a blizzard is on the way.
I'm glad I told everyone to stay home.
Yeah, that was definitely the right call. Roads are already starting to get covered, and they're saying it'll get worse through the day. At least Ethan's happy about it.
School's already closed for the week, so he's loving it. I popped out earlier and checked the animals and topped up their feed so they'll be fine. Hopefully the power holds up.
Look outside. There it goes. The snow's starting to settle now.
Wow, that changed quickly. The whole yard is turning white already. Give it another hour and the farm will be buried.
Ethan's already planning to build a huge snowman out there. He's been waiting all winter for a storm like this. I think he expects you to help.
That sounds about right. I suppose I can take a break from tractors and combines for one day. It's actually nice slowing down for a bit.
You hardly ever get time off like this. The farm is usually running non-stop all year. Might as well enjoy it while we can.
By the afternoon, the snow had completely covered the farm. The fields, barns, and roads were buried under a thick blanket of snow. Everything outside was quiet for once. Inside the house, though, it was a different story. Ethan finally built that giant snowman he'd been talking about all day. Hope made hot chocolate, and we actually got to enjoy a rare, quiet evening together. But storms never last forever. Once the snow clears, the farm will wake back up again. And next month, we'll get straight back to work in March.
March has arrived, and the whole team is back on the farm. Winter's behind us, and it's time to get this place moving again. Morning, everyone. March is here, so let's get straight to work. Braden and Renzo, I need all the fields limed this month.
Copy that, boss. I'm already heading to the first field now. Renzo and I will split the work and get through them quickly.
Sounds good to me. I'll start on the upper fields and work my way down. Those tractors should make quick work of it.
Perfect. Cassie, if you could handle the animals and get the wool delivery sorted, that would be great. I'll help you out around the barns.
No problem at all. I've already loaded the first trailer of wool, and I'm heading to the spinnery now. I'll check the animals when I get back.
And Grace, you're the farm manager now, so you can do whatever you think needs doing.
That sounds like my kind of job description. I'll keep an eye on everything and make sure the farm keeps moving.
All right, team, let's get to it. Cassie's already back from the spinnery and loading up straw for the barns. That girl doesn't slow down. I better head over and give her a hand. Right, 260 cows in here and not a scrap of food left. That's definitely a problem. Let's get this straw unloaded before they start complaining. One bale after another, and the place is filling up nicely. Cassie's already heading back for another load. I think I'll take over feeding the cows while she keeps hauling straw. Everyone's busy today, which is great to see. Braden and Renzo are out liming the fields, while Cassie keeps the animals running smoothly. Grace is probably in the office already planning the next 12 things we need to do. Next month is going to be a big one too. Planting season is coming fast, and we'll need every field ready to go. That means soil sampling, fertilizer planning, and making sure all the gear is ready. I also want to talk to Katie about those 2 fields she owns near the valley. If we could get those, it would connect a huge section of land around the farm. It would make our planting rotation so much easier. But that all depends on the finances. Those fields won't be cheap, and we'll need some strong sales before we make a move like that. For now though, everyone's working hard and the farm is running smoothly. I think I've earned a coffee. Let's head back to the house for a minute. Hey Katie, it's Godric. I was calling about those 2 fields you've got near the upper valley. I've been thinking about expanding the farm.
Hey Godric, funny you should say that, because I've actually been considering selling them. They'd fit your farm perfectly.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Having those fields would keep everything connected around the main farm. It would make planting and harvesting a lot easier.
Well, if you're serious about it, I'd be happy to sell them to you. I've been looking at buying some land down in the lower valley instead.
Down near Nathan's old area?
Exactly. Since everything down there changed, I figured it might be a good time to expand a little.
That makes sense. Those 2 fields would be perfect for us, but I probably can't move on them just yet. We've got some big sales coming up in April, so I'll need to wait until then.
That's no problem. I'm not in a rush. Just let me know when you're ready.
Sounds good. I'll give you a call next month and we'll sort something out.
Looking forward to it. Talk soon.
Thanks, Katie. See you next month. March turned out to be a productive month. The fields are being prepared, the animals are looked after, and the whole farm is running like a well-oiled machine. If everything goes to plan next month, we'll start planting again. And maybe, just maybe, we'll be adding a couple more fields to this farm as well. But that's a story for April. April has arrived, and it's a big one on the farm. Planting season is here, and everyone's already out getting started. Cassie actually beat everyone here this morning. She's already hitched up the planter and headed out to start planting corn in the fields. Nice to see someone keen to get moving this early in the season. We've still got about 165,000 litres of barley and around 130,000 litres of corn sitting in storage. That's going to need hauling down to the whiskey factory and the ethanol plant soon, and the barley will need topping up at the beer factory as well. Right then, let's get to work. I'll hitch up the trailer, load it with barley from the grain silo, and take it down to the beer factory to keep that production running. Looks like Renzo's already doing something similar, but he's loading up supplies for the whiskey factory instead. Perfect timing actually, because those productions were starting to run a little low. And speaking of timing, looks like Braden's just arrived. Bit later than everyone else today, but he's already got the second planter hooked up and heading out to the fields. Those 2 big planters are an incredible addition to the farm. Massive working width, direct seeding, liquid fertilizer built in, and they can plant both corn and sorghum without needing to swap equipment. Braden absolutely loves running the big machinery too, so it's good to see him out there getting stuck in. Meanwhile, Renzo and I are going to keep hauling back and forth for a bit. Trailer load after trailer load, heading down to the whiskey and beer factories to get them topped back up. Quick check inside the whiskey production here. Everything is looking pretty good actually. The only thing we're missing here now is water. Over at the beer factory, things are even simpler. That one only needs barley and water, so once this barley delivery goes in, it'll be ready to keep running again for quite a while. Looks like we're in good shape there. And here comes Grace, flying down the farm track in that new tractor of hers. Hard to miss that thing coming from a mile away. Everyone's clearly busy today, so she's jumped straight in and started moving some wool over to the spinneries. That's the nice thing about having a good farm manager. She just sees what needs doing and gets on with it. As for me, I've still got the trailer on, but but I'm switching jobs now and hauling some silage over for the cows. With everyone out planting, we still need to keep the animals fed. Renzo's taken the big water tanker and is running that back and forth from the water supply to the production buildings so we can fill up the whiskey and beer factories. So while Cassie and Braden handle the planting out in the fields, the rest of us are keeping the rest of the farm running. Busy month ahead, but everything's moving exactly how it should.
All right, everyone. Quick radio check while we're all out working today. How's everything looking out there?
Planting is going great so far. First fields of corn is already underway, and the planter is running perfectly.
I'm just out with the second planter now. I'll head straight over to the next field and get started right behind Cassie.
Water tanker is running back and forth to the factories. Whiskey and beer productions should both be topped up pretty soon.
Everything looks good from the office side. Deliveries are scheduled, productions are running, and the animals are all sorted for the day.
Perfect. Sounds like everything is running smoothly across the whole farm.
It's definitely one of the more organized mornings we've had around here.
Yeah, having the extra machines really makes a difference. These big planters get through the work quickly.
And the productions are finally keeping up with the harvests now too.
Which means this might actually be one of our most productive years yet.
All right, everyone, keep at it. Let's make the most of the good weather today. All right, here we are. Field 54, still owned by Katie and currently planted in alfalfa. Nice looking field, but we'll be putting it to better use. Let's check the details here. Sandy loam and loam soil distribution. Really good yield potential. Yeah, this one looks perfect. Field 54 for $457,000. Let's buy it. And while we're here, we'll grab the one next to it as well. Field 53 for about $300,000. And just like that, both fields are now ours. That brings us up to 7 fields in total on the farm. All right, team, quick update. I've just purchased fields 54 and 53. Braden and Cassie, can you take the corn planters over and start planting corn in field 53 at the back of the farm?
Copy that, boss. Heading there now.
I'll meet you there. 2 planters should get that field done quickly.
Perfect. As for field 54, I'm going to hitch up a seeder and start planting barley. Renzo, can you grab the other seeder and join me?
On my way. 2 seeders should finish that field pretty fast.
Excellent. Everyone else carry on as you were. 4 planters out working at the same time. Who would have thought? Let's get April fully planted and fully functional. Now this is a pretty incredible sight. Barley going into this field right here opposite the beer and whiskey factories. Down at the other end of the farm, Cassie and Braden are planting corn in the new field we just bought. Grace is back in the office, making sure everything else keeps running smoothly. This year is shaping up to be a big one for the farm. It's a good thing we invested in that second combine as well. And honestly, we might even need more machinery before long. There's still plenty of upgrades we could make around here. But for now, everything is planted, the productions are running, and the farm has expanded again. April has been a huge month. All the fields are planted and ready to go. Now let's head into May and see what the next stage of this farm brings. May has arrived on the farm, and it's shaping up to be another busy month. Cassie's already out this morning feeding the dairy cows with the silage we've got stored up. We've actually got a massive amount of silage stacked away right now, so keeping the cows fed isn't going to be a problem anytime soon. Renzo is out in the fields with the big sprayer, going field by field and applying herbicide. Grace has taken the big tanker and is doing propane runs for the ethanol plant. That production burns through propane pretty quickly, and Braden has already loaded a trailer with supplies for the ethanol production as well. I've just arrived over here at the biogas plant on the farm. What we really need is another fermenter, which is basically the main part of the whole operation. That's where all the silage and manure get processed and turned into gas for electricity. So, let's go ahead and install another fermenter here. There we go. That's about $150,000 spent, but it should massively increase the production capacity of this plant.
Now, let's configure everything properly and get it all turned on. All right, production chains are set up, inputs are ready, and the new fermenter is now up and running. That should start chewing through all that silage and manure we've been piling into this place. Now, we can get back to work and see what everyone else is up to. Grace has just arrived over at the ethanol plant, dropping off another load of propane. Braden is pulling in right behind her with another trailer load of supplies. Looks like he's delivering mostly dry corn this run, which the ethanol production needs a lot of. Over in the fields, Renzo is still out spraying with the big sprayer, working his way across the farm and getting every field treated. Back here on the farm, I'm just doing a quick check on the sheep, and it looks like we've actually hit the maximum capacity again. 500 sheep out of 500 in the barn, so it's probably a good idea to sell a few and make some space. Let's sell 60 of the 7-month-old sheep for $275 each, and we'll also sell 40 of the 4-month-olds for $200 each. That clears some space in the barn and lets the older sheep keep breeding without hitting the limit again. All in all, May has been another productive month on the farm.
June is back around once again, and the weather has decided to make things interesting. Not exactly the kind of weather you want to be working in. But that doesn't stop Hank. Looks like he's just rolling down the driveway now in that massive truck of his to start doing some deliveries for us. Right then, I'd better head out and get some work done around the farm. Let's start by checking on the beef cows while this rain is coming down. We've got 100 beef cows in the pen now. They're all looking fit and healthy. Plenty of food, plenty of straw. The farm is a little quieter this month though. All of the workers are actually away at the moment. Grace, Braden, Cassie and Renzo have all headed off to FarmCon for a few days. So for now, it's just me and Hank doing the deliveries. Everything is ticking along nicely. Now, let's head over to the whiskey factory and see how Hank's getting on with the deliveries. And there he is now, pulling up with the truck. We've currently got about $313,000 in the bank, which isn't bad at all. Hank's just opened up the side curtain on the truck and he's loading up all the pallets of whiskey. There's quite a lot of it stacked up here actually. Once he's finished loading, he'll take that down to Casey's gas station to sell it, which should bring in a really nice bit of extra income for the farm. Alright, back to the farm office for me, I think. Bit of a quiet month around here with everyone away, but honestly, it's not a bad thing. Nice cup of coffee, rain hitting the windows, and the farm still running smoothly in the background. The combines are parked up in great condition. Most of the vehicles are safely undercover, and all the productions are ticking along nicely. Things are looking really positive for the future of this place. Alright, I think I'm going to head inside and get out of this rain.
That hail is getting pretty heavy out there now. I can hear it bouncing off the roof.
Yeah, it's coming down hard today. Probably a good thing the workers are away this month.
Looks like you survived the farm by yourself, though.
Barely, but Hank helped a lot with the deliveries.
Well, enjoy the quiet while it lasts. Once everyone gets back, it'll be busy again.
Yeah, and next month we'll see what July has in store for us. Alright everyone, just follow me into town. Let's try not to scare the locals too much with 5 tractors rolling down the highway.
Too late for that. I'm pretty sure the whole valley already knows when this many tractors leave the farm at once.
At least we're not hauling anything today. That would really slow this convoy down.
Yeah, this might be the fastest the farm equipment has ever moved all year.
And all this just for a lunch. I feel like we're arriving in style.
Well, after the year we've had, I think we've earned it. Alright, here we are, Subway.
I never thought I'd see 5 farm tractors parked outside a Subway before.
At least we didn't bring the combines.
Give it time, that might be next year's celebration. Seriously though, this has been an incredible year for the farm.
Yeah, 2 combines, new planters, new fields. This place has grown a lot.
And the animals are running better than ever too. The dairy is producing loads now.
The productions are really starting to stack up as well. Whiskey, beer, ethanol, biogas. It's turning into a proper operation.
That's exactly what I wanted when we started expanding the farm.
And we're still not even close to finished.
Yeah, there's still heaps we could upgrade.
More buildings, more productions, maybe even more animals.
We could clear the rest of that forest and build more production buildings there.
That's definitely part of the long-term plan.
And there are still more fields we could buy too.
Like that massive one up at the top of the valley.
That one that costs 1.6 million.
Crikey!
The big question is, can we actually afford that within a year?
If the productions keep running the way they are, maybe.
Might need a few more whiskey deliveries first.
Or a lot more.
Either way, I think this farm is only getting bigger from here.
Yeah, I think you're right. Next season is going to be even bigger. All right, team, enjoy the night. We've earned it. And next season, we start building the next chapter of this farm. August again. New season, same Montana dust. And somehow the barley harvest is already underway. No easing into this year then. All right, team, radio check. I can already see half the farm moving from here, so I'm guessing nobody's wasting time this morning. What's everyone up to?
I'm in the first combine and already chewing through the barley.
I'm in the second combine right behind him.
And I'm the one cleaning up after both of you. Trailers hitched, grains moving, and the yard staying tidy because apparently I'm the only one on this farm who understands how bins work.
I'm working through the animal checks. Cows first, then sheep. Everyone's alive, which is always a good start to the month.
Excellent. 1 field of barley this year. Nice and simple. But don't forget the sorghum's ready too, so if you can bring that in while you're out there, that'd be ideal.
Copy that.
Love a tidy harvest plan.
Right then, first stop, dairy barn. And wow, 320 dairy cows now. That is a ridiculous number of cows when you say it out loud. They're producing milk like absolute machines, which is great. Now, while all that's running, I've got the flatbed on, and I'm moving this mountain of sheep wool across to the spinneries. It never stops. Every time I think we've caught up, the sheep go and produce enough fleece to insulate a small country. And while we're talking about things overflowing, 150,000 litres of milk in the dairy barn. Max capacity, completely full. The dairy is barely keeping up with it all, which is a nice problem to have, but still a problem. I'll need to get Cassie out here soon to move another batch over and keep that production rolling. Honestly, this whole farm has turned into a very profitable game of what's overflowing now.
Morning, Godric. Thought I'd check in. Harvest season again by the sounds of it.
Morning, David. Yeah, straight into it. Barley's coming in already, sorghum's ready too, and the place is moving faster than ever.
I can imagine. I hear you've got quite the crew around you these days.
4 workers now, yeah. And honestly, it's changed everything. The farm feels less like me running around plugging holes and more like a real business. Gives me a bit more time to think, and even see my family once in a while, which Hope seems to appreciate.
That's good to hear. You've earned that.
Actually, while I've got you, those remaining fields in the upper valley, who owns them now?
I do. Why? What are you thinking?
Thinking ahead, really. Planting next year, maybe buying a bit more ground, tightening up the whole upper valley around the farm if I can.
Well, if you're serious, I'd be happy to sell. You've looked after every field you've bought so far. Keep in touch and we'll sort something when the time comes.
That sounds good to me. I appreciate it, David.
Anytime. Keep that place moving.
First harvest of the year is nearly wrapped, and we've still got the big one to come. Corn in November is going to be a beast. So I'm very happy we've got 2 combines sitting in the shed ready for it. And just like that, August starts to close out. The silos are now sitting at around 380,000 litres of barley, which is a fantastic result. Over there, Grace is unloading the last of the sorghum now, bringing that total to just over 60,000 litres. Not a bad start to the season at all. Harvest 1 done, team settled, productions fed. And if this is how we're opening the year, it looks like it might be an absolute monster.
September rolls in, and the farm barely even slows down. If anything, it feels like we've just shifted into another gear. Quick look around the place this morning, and everything is already moving nicely. Hank's out doing deliveries again. Looks like he's loading up beer today and heading it down to the gas station. That run alone should bring in a solid bit of income. Grace is in full management mode, sorting logistics, probably moving 10 things around at once without telling anyone how she's doing it. Renzo's out grain hauling, keeping both the beer and whiskey factories topped up so they don't stall out mid-production. Braden is moving milk from the dairy barn over to the dairy, which is a full-time job on its own at this point, with the amount we're producing. And Cassie looks like she's got the vet out with the dairy cows doing their yearly checkup, which is great to see. Healthy animals, healthy farm. Honestly, this place runs like a machine now. Everyone just knows what needs doing and gets on with it. Now, on to something that's been quietly becoming a problem: the biogas plant. We've noticed recently that the generator is constantly running at max capacity, which sounds great, but what it actually means is we're producing more methane than we can process. So we're basically leaving money sitting there, doing nothing. And I don't like that. So the obvious solution is another generator. $75,000. Not cheap, but if it means more electricity being sold every month, it'll pay itself off pretty quickly. Right, let's get that installed. And just like that, second generator is in. Now we'll get this all configured, hooked into the system, and ready to go. There we are. Everything is up and running. Now the biogas plant can finally keep up with the farm, instead of the other way around. Quick one for you.
Go on.
I've been looking over the forest by the sawmill, thinking about the butchery again. How's that looking from your side?
I've already started on the resource consent. Early signs are good. Nothing blocking us yet.
That's what I like to hear.
But we're going to need that land cleared properly. Not just make a gap and hope for the best cleared.
Yeah, figured as much.
If we commit to it over the next few months, all that timber going through the sawmill should help fund a big chunk of the build.
So the forest pays for the butchery.
Exactly.
And once that's up and running, sheep, cows, everything gets processed here.
That's the plan.
All right, let's make it happen.
A butchery, though? That's a big step for this farm. We've spent all this time building up crops, production chains, and the animals themselves. But now, we're talking about taking full control of the final stage as well. Sheep, beef, everything. Processed right here on the farm instead of sending it off elsewhere. It means more value from what we already produce, less waste, and another steady income stream ticking away in the background. If we get this right, it won't just be an upgrade, it'll completely change how this farm operates going forward.
Right. Back to reality. And by reality, I mean wool. Again. Every month, without fail, the sheep produce enough wool to keep me busy for what feels like the rest of my life. And here I am, loading it up. Again. Honestly, there has to be a way to automate this at some point. A button, a machine, a small army of invisible workers, something. But for now, it's me, a flatbed, and a never-ending pile of wool. Spinneries need feeding though. And if the spinneries are running, the tailor shop is running. And if the tailor shop is running, the merch store stays stocked. So, As much as I complain, this job pays. Still doesn't mean I have to enjoy it. September done. Biogas upgraded, butchery plans underway, and the farm somehow still finding ways to grow. Now, let's see what October brings.
All right, team, October is here, which means one thing: corn harvest. Big month ahead.
Combine's fired up, corn header's on, and I'm heading into the first field now.
I'm right behind Braden in the second combine. First time running corn harvest like this, so no pressure, yeah?
I've got a trailer hitched and I'm ready to haul. I'll stick close and keep both combines moving.
Same here. Second trailer is ready to go, so we'll keep the flow constant and stop the combines from ever waiting.
Perfect. 2 combines, 2 trailers. We should be able to smash through this pretty quickly. Let's get that grain silo full of corn by the end of the month and keep the whiskey and ethanol running strong. All right, let's get to work. Right, wool first, as always. While the rest of the team is out there bringing in what's probably going to be the biggest corn harvest we've ever done, I'm here moving what feels like an endless supply of sheep wool. Not exactly the highlight of the farming calendar, but it keeps the spinneries fed and the whole system ticking along. Still, I won't complain too much when I swap this out for something involving chainsaws, because once this is dropped off, I'm heading over to that forest. That patch of trees between the sheep and the beef cows, that's next. That's where the butchery is going, and right now, it looks more like a woodland retreat than a production site. So the plan is simple: cut it down, haul it out, feed it into the sawmill, and slowly turn that forest into the next stage of this farm. It's not going to happen overnight, but every tree that comes down gets us one step closer.
All right, mate. How's things over there? Still running that empire of yours?
Trying to, yeah. Harvest season again, so the whole place is flat out. What about you? What's going on in Kinlig?
Well, as you know, me and Fiona are engaged, and we've finally set a date.
That's huge, mate. Honestly, that's amazing. Congratulations.
Thanks. And listen, I want you there. You, Hope, Ethan, the whole lot.
We'll be there, no question.
Good. It's going to be here in Kinlig. 2 years' time in the middle of summer. July, when the weather's actually decent for once. Gives you plenty of time to sort flights, sort the farm, all that.
Yeah, that's perfect, actually. Grace is running things now, so I can step away a bit easier than before.
That's what I like to hear. And, Grace is still there then?
Yeah, farm manager now.
Right. Yeah, good. Good for her.
I assume the wedding invite doesn't extend to her then?
No. Let's not dig up old history, yeah?
Agreed.
Anyway, Fiona's really keen to meet you. I talk about you a lot, apparently.
That's concerning.
Yeah, she's got high expectations now. We're thinking you make a proper trip of it. Come over for a bit, not just the wedding. Few weeks, maybe longer.
Honestly, that sounds like a great idea. Never been to Scotland before either, and haven't taken a proper holiday since I woke from the coma, so that'll be something.
You'll love it. Bit different from Montana, though.
I can imagine, but yeah, we'll make it happen. Thanks for the call, mate. Speak again soon.
Definitely. Talk soon, mate.
We finally got to a point where stepping away for a bit actually feels possible. Grace running the place, the team handling the workload. It's not just me holding everything together anymore, and that is probably the biggest change of all. Still, 2 years gives us plenty of time. Flights, planning, making sure the farm can run smoothly without me here. But honestly, if things keep going the way they are, I think we'll be ready. And Scotland, that's going to be something. New place, new people, and probably a lot more rain than I'm used to. But yeah, really happy for him. Right, back to reality. And reality right now is corn. A lot of corn. And just like that, October is done. biggest corn harvest we've ever had. Machines all back in one piece, and the whole team working like clockwork. That is exactly how you want a month like this to go.
Not a bad day's work, that.
You say that like it wasn't an entire month.
True.
How'd the combine hold up?
Perfect. Didn't miss a beat. Can always count on a deer.
You sure can. Well, anyway, you've earned a break. See you tomorrow.
We all have. Farm's come a long way.
Yeah, it really has. From barely keeping things running to this. Full harvest crew, full production chains, everything moving the way it should. October wrapped, corn's in, the farm's stronger than ever, and somehow we're still finding ways to grow. Now, let's see what November brings. November rolls in, and for once, things slow down just a little. Not quiet, but definitely a different pace. Right, quick look around the farm this month. Renzo's off for a bit, so we're one man down, which means everyone else is picking up the slack. Grace is in the office, keeping everything ticking along as usual. Cassie's working through the animals, making sure everything's fed, cleaned, and running smoothly. And Braden, well, Braden's on slurry duty. Poor guy. Not exactly the most glamorous job on the farm, but someone's got to do it. Now, as for me, I've decided it's finally time to sell this trailer we bought last year. At the time, we thought we'd need it for hauling silage and manure around the yard. Turns out, we didn't. Because this biogas setup we installed has underground piping running through the entire yard. Silage straight from the fermenting silo, manure straight from the heaps, all piped directly into the bunker automatically. So this trailer has basically just been sitting here, looking useful, which is not the same as being useful.
Boss, quick one.
Go on.
This tanker, it's doing slurry 1 minute and milk the next. I know we clean it and all that, but it's not exactly sanitary.
Yeah, I've been thinking the same thing.
Feels like we're one bad batch away from selling cheese that smells like a field.
Right, I'm at the shop now. I'll sort it. We'll get a brand new tanker, just for milk. I'll even get it painted white so nobody mixes it up.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Right then. New setup. Dolly, trailer. Just over $100,000 for the lot. Not cheap, but definitely necessary. That leaves us with about $828,000 in the bank. So we've still got plenty to work with. Now, let's get this hitched up properly. There we go. Nice, clean setup. And more importantly, no history of carrying anything questionable. Honestly, we probably should have done this a long time ago. I mean, technically everything was cleaned and disinfected. But still, you never really know, do you? People out there enjoying our cheese, completely unaware there's even a remote chance it had a hint of slurry in its past life. Yeah, not ideal. Let's just say this is a quality improvement. A very necessary quality improvement. Now, looking ahead, winter is just around the corner, and we've got a pretty clear plan. Main objective? That forest. We need to get that cleared, leveled, and ready for the butchery build. That's going to take time, and a lot of effort. At the same time, we need to keep all the productions running. Whiskey, beer, ethanol, biogas. All of it needs to stay topped up so the income keeps flowing. And on top of that, I want to make sure each worker gets at least a month off over the quieter period. They've earned it. The farm only runs this well because of them, so it's only fair.
Hey boss, got a minute?
Always. What's up?
The biogas. We've got a problem.
Let me guess. Not keeping up again?
Exactly that. The 2 fermenters we have, they're already at capacity most of the time. We're feeding in more than they can process.
So we're leaving money on the table again?
Pretty much.
All right. What's the solution?
Another fermenter. It's about $166,000.
That's not cheap.
Neither is wasted production. Just like the generator, it'll pay itself off.
Yeah, you're right. All right, Let's do it.
I'll get it organized.
And just like that, number 3 goes in. This place is starting to look more like an industrial site than a farm.
We'll need to set up the configurations properly. Balance the inputs so everything runs efficiently.
Yeah, last thing we want is bottlenecks again.
Exactly.
There we go. Everything up and running. 3 fermenters, full capacity, no wasted input. That should keep up with the farm, at least for now. November done. New equipment, upgraded biogas, and a clear plan heading into winter. Now, let's see what December brings. December is here, and the farm feels a little quieter for once. Most of the team is off this month, taking a well-earned break. Grace, Braden, Cassie, all away, which leaves just me and Renzo holding things together. And of course, Hank is still rolling in and out doing deliveries like nothing's changed. Even when the farm slows down, it never really stops. Right, big job for this month. That forest over by the sawmill. We need to clear as much of it as possible before the new year, so we've got space ready for the butchery build. And it's not just clearing trees. We're going to have to level that whole area out as well. That's going to be a job on its own. We've got about 700,000 in the bank right now, so hopefully all these deliveries Hank is doing will help fund what's coming next. There goes Hank again. Another load heading out. Looks like greenhouse products this time. He's keeping things ticking over nicely while we focus on the bigger jobs. Let's just take a quick look at the silos while we're here. Corn dryer, completely empty. No dried corn at all. So we'll need to get that going again soon for ethanol and whiskey. Main silo though, over 650,000 litres of corn, 171,000 barley, and 63,000 sorghum. So, supply-wise, we're in a really strong position. Which means I can't avoid it any longer. Time to grab the winch. Sawmill's only sitting at about 7,500 litres of wood, so we need to top that up as well. So, chainsaw, winch, forest. Not exactly a relaxing December activity, but it needs doing. Renzo, quick check-in. Where are you at?
Just finishing up with the animals. Dairy cows are all good, lots of milk as usual. Beef cows are looking strong too.
Good to hear. Once you're done there, think you can come over to the sawmill?
Yeah, I can do that. You need a hand?
Definitely. Got a lot of trees to move and not enough time to do it alone.
Alright, I'll head over shortly.
Alright. Another tree going into the sawmill. We're up to about 9,000 litres now. So, still a long way to go. And there's Renzo arriving now. Perfect timing. Grab a chainsaw and let's get cutting. We need to clear this whole section out.
Got it.
And just like that, we're into it. Tree after tree coming down, winching them across, feeding everything into the sawmill. This whole area, right here, this is where the butchery is going to sit. At the moment, it's uneven, sloped, and packed with trees. But once it's cleared and leveled, it'll be one of the most important parts of the farm. Processing sheep, beef, everything we've been building towards. But first, we've got to reshape the land itself. This isn't just clearing trees. This is groundwork, proper groundwork. And it's going to take time. But every log we move, every tree we cut, gets us closer. All right, that'll do for today. Winch back in place, tools put away, December wrapped up. Quiet month, but an important one. Foundations laid, space being made, and the farm ready for what comes next. New year ahead. Let's see what January brings.
January's here, new year on the farm. Braden and Renzo are back on site. Grace is in the office, and it looks like we're straight back into it. All right, lads, quick check-in. Where's everyone at?
I'm over by the sawmill. Wood chips are backing up again, so I'm loading them out and taking them down to sell.
I'm on wool runs, getting everything over to the spinneries before it piles up too much.
Perfect. I'll head over to the manure heaps. They're looking pretty full. Let's stay on top of it today.
Sounds good.
Yep, all good here.
Right, manure heap check. 735,000 litres, completely full. And the second heap, not much better. The biogas just isn't keeping up with how much we're producing at the moment. Over here at the dairy, 420 cows now, plenty of food, loads of milk, and a serious amount of manure and slurry. We're going to have to figure out how to move that through the system quicker. Quick look through the herd. Everything looks healthy. Cows are happy. Production is strong. And Cassie's here as well, getting stuck into feeding. So that's everyone moving again now. Cassie on animals, Braden on wool, Renzo on wood chips. All the small jobs getting ticked off. Exactly what January's for. Let's head down to the biogas and see what's going on. 3 fermenters running, 1 post-fermenter. And that's the problem right there. Everything's backing up behind that final stage. We're producing more than we can push through the system. We'll need to sort that. But honestly, there's something more urgent right now. That last section of forest behind the beef cows. Renzo, how's it looking in the forest?
Making progress. Got the winch running, pulling trees through to the sawmill. Still a lot to go though.
All right, I'll come over and help. I'll start cutting them down so you can just keep winching.
That'll help a lot. Cheers.
On my way. And here we go again. Chainsaw out. Tree after tree. Cutting, dragging, stacking. Renzo's pulling them straight through with the winch, which speeds things up massively. But still, this is a big job. Grace was right. This was never going to be quick. This whole section needs clearing, and then we've got to level the ground on top of that. Right now, it's basically a dip between the sheep and the beef paddocks. Not exactly ideal for building anything. But once it's flat, this is where the butchery goes. And with nearly $1 million sitting in the bank, we're finally in a position to make that happen. We'll get the ground crew in, level it properly, lay the foundations, and build something serious here. For now, though, it's 1 tree at a time. Still a bit more to go, but we're getting close. Right, that'll do for today. Renzo's heading off, Braden's wrapping up, and I think I'll do the same. Back through the snow and into the warm. January done. Good progress, and we're not far off something big.
February's here, and this is a big one. Just me and Braden on the farm this month, but we've got one goal. Clear the forest, level the ground, and if everything goes to plan, get the butchery built and running before the month is out. Morning, Braden.
Morning. Looks like we've got a proper job ahead of us.
Yeah, no messing around this month. Full focus on that forest. Get it cleared, get the ground crew in, level everything out, and then straight into building.
Bit of hard labor for a change then. I'll take that over slurry any day.
Same here. Let's get stuck in. Right, let's head out. 993,000 in the bank, so we've got the funds to make this happen. Everything else can wait this month. Braden's grabbing the winch, I'll take the chainsaw, and we'll finish off that last section down by the sawmill. And we're here. Braden's lining up with the winch. I'll start dropping trees. Hook this one up. There we go. And off it goes straight back to the sawmill. That's the system now. Cut, hook, pull, repeat. Tree after tree. Just getting it done. Hey Grace, quick update from the site.
Perfect timing. I've got everything lined up on my end. Ground crew are ready to go, logistics are sorted, and planning permission is fully approved. You're clear to build whenever you're ready.
That's brilliant. Honestly, couldn't have done all this without you.
That's what I'm here for. You've built the farm. I'm just helping it run properly.
Well, it's made a massive difference. We'll finish clearing today, and I'll give the go-ahead straight after.
Perfect. I'll get them moving.
Thanks, Grace. And just like that, forest cleared. Every tree gone. All that's left now is this
big dip in the ground. Ground crew have come in, filled it, leveled it out, packed it down. $20,000 all in, and honestly, worth every cent. It's not perfect, a little bit uneven in places, but it's solid, ready to build. Right, this is it. Butchery goes right here, between the beef cows and the sheep, next to the sawmill. Let's get it built. And there we go. $360,000 done. Leaves us with about $600,000 in the bank. And look at this place. Our own on-site butchery. This is massive. Fully set up for sheep, cows, even pigs and chickens if we ever wanted to go that route. Sheep need to be between 14 and 24 months. Cows between 12 and 30, which means we can start processing straight away. All those sheep producing endless wool, now we've got another use for them. And the beef cows, we can turn those into proper branded Angus meat. That's a huge step for the farm. What a month. Forest cleared, ground leveled, butchery built and ready to go. $600,000 still in the bank, so we're in a strong position. But one thing stands out now. No trees left, which means no more wood for the sawmill. That sawmill's done a great job for us, but maybe its time's up. Might be better off replacing it with something more useful, like extra storage. We'll think about that next month. For now, February's done, and this farm just took a massive step forward. March is here, and the farm is fully back in motion. The butchery is up and running, the team's back on site, and it's time to get everything lined up for the year ahead. Let's check in with everyone. All right, team, quick check-in. Where's everyone at?
I'm in the office, sorting contracts with Hank for next month. Ethanol, clothes, deliveries, keeping everything lined up.
Me and Renzo are out with the lime spreaders, starting on the first fields now.
Yeah, we'll work through them one by one. Might take a while, but we'll get it done.
I'm on animals today. Everything's looking good. And that butchery, it's massive. It's strange seeing it there, but I get it. That's what they're here for at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's never easy, but it's part of the job.
Exactly. Doesn't mean I'll like it, but I understand it.
All right, let's get to it. Right, if we're doing this properly, we need our own way of moving animals. I'm not relying on contractors for that. We've got the money, so let's go get a trailer. Here we go. Wilson Silverstar Livestock Trailer. Takes 12 cows, or 38 sheep. That'll do perfectly. We'll grab that in silver, $125,000. And we'll need a dolly as well. Can't tow it without one. Right, dolly on, trailer hooked up. Just under $150,000 all in. Bit of an investment, but this is what unlocks the butchery properly. Let's get this back to the farm. This is exciting, having our own butchery on site, producing our own meat. Feeding the locals, feeding the family. It's a proper next step. Pigs and chickens are an option, but not right now. Too much management, not enough space. Biogas upgrades come first. Right, sheep. We've got 40 at 18 months, perfect age. Trailer takes 38, so let's get those loaded up. That's our first proper run into the butchery. $464,000 left in the bank. Let's get these dropped off. And here we go. First load going in. 1 sheep, 150 mutton, 150 chevron. Processes 24 a month. Let's get it running. Okay team, how's it looking out there?
About halfway through the fields now, getting through a lot of lime.
Yeah, but the soil's going to love it.
That's what we want. David would be proud. Proper soil care. Next month, we'll hit it with fertilizer.
Contracts are sorted. Hank's locked in for another year. He'll be back next month handling all the deliveries again.
Perfect.
Beef cows are ready when you are. I've got them penned up for you.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Cassie. I'll head over now. This is what it's all been building towards. We've got ethanol running, whiskey, beer, clothing, biogas turning waste into profit, and now meat production. Sheep, cows, proper farm-to-product system. No more relying on raw materials alone. Everything we produce now has another level of value. And it all stays within the farm. That's the difference. Fields limed, butchery running, production flowing, March done. Next up, planting season. Let's see what April brings. April's here, planting season. And just look at this. Grace already out there with the seeder, Cassie right behind her. And there go Renzo and Braden with the planters. All 4 machines running at once. Every field getting planted in one go. We limed last month. Now we seed, fertilize, and prep everything together. That's how you do it. And right on cue, there's Hank coming down the driveway. Grace must have got him lined up for deliveries this month. Perfect timing. Morning, Hank.
Morning. Busy place as always.
You've picked a good time to be here. Everything's moving.
I can see that. Honestly, this place is unreal now. Beer, whiskey, ethanol, clothing, and now I hear you've got a butchery as well?
Yeah, just got that up last month. I'll show you in a minute.
It's not even just a farm anymore. It's like a full production site. Great for business my end though. Plenty to move.
And we wouldn't keep up without you.
Happy to help. I'll get this load sorted and follow you down.
Perfect. Right. Quick check while we're here. 750,000 litres of corn, 171,000 barley, 62,000 sorghum. Corn dry though. Loads of propane, but no dry corn. We'll need to fix that. And here we are, the butchery. Look at this place. And there's Hank pulling in now. Steak, pepperoni, chiffon, mutton, ground beef, all produced right here on the farm. And Hank's already loading it up. That's exactly what we wanted. 500,000 in the bank right now. But with everything moving this month, that's going to climb fast. April's always strong. Clothes, ethanol, everything gets sold. Big income month. Right, let's not waste time. We need dry corn. Let's get some moved from the silo into the dryer. Ethanol and whiskey, both needed. Yeah, this confirms it. Low on corn. Very low on dry corn. Sorghum running down. Propane needs topping up. We've got work to do this month. Hey team, how's planting going?
G'day. Barley's nearly done. We'll finish that and move on to other jobs.
Still going on corn. Plenty to get through.
Yeah, but the machines are handling it fine.
Good stuff. I'll focus on keeping ethanol topped up. Hey Hope.
Hey, how's everything going?
Honestly, better than expected. Everything's selling like crazy this month. We've actually hit over 1.5 million in the account.
Wait, what? That's insane.
Yeah, it's all moving at once.
We need to celebrate that. Properly.
I agree. Might have to take you out for something nice.
You'd better.
I will. But I've got a meeting with Grace first.
Let me guess. You're about to spend it?
You know me too well. Right, time to see Grace. All right, I want to talk about Field 55.
The big one?
The big one. 27 hectares.
That's massive.
1.666 million.
That's a huge spend.
David's ready to sell, and it connects everything up here in the Upper Valley.
If we take that, we're almost fully expanded.
Exactly.
Then we need soil samples straight away.
Already thinking the same. 37,000, but worth it.
All right, if we're doing this, we do it properly.
Let's do it. And just like that, Field 55 is ours. Soil samples going in, and we're down to about 75,000 in the bank.
That's a big move.
It is.
But if we use it right, it changes everything.
That's the plan. One massive field, perfect for corn. This alone is going to produce ridiculous amounts. We're not just growing anymore, we're scaling. All fields planted, new land secured, production running at full speed, and we almost own the entire Upper Valley now.
Just 2 fields left. April done. And this farm just keeps getting bigger. Let's see what May brings.
May's here, and things are a little more focused this month. That new field, the big one at the end of the upper valley, is the absolute priority. It wasn't limed before we bought it, so Braden and Renzo have headed out there for the month to get that sorted properly, working from opposite ends and slowly bringing the soil back up to where it needs to be, while I've checked in on the butchery to make sure everything's running smoothly and then headed out with the Condor sprayer. The field's already planted with corn, but there's no fertilizer on it yet, so while the boys are liming, I'm out here spraying and getting everything lined up for the best possible yield. And now that I'm actually out here working it, you really feel just how big this place is. It still doesn't quite sink in that we own something on this scale. Renzo's miles off in the distance on one side, Braden's just about visible on the other, and I'm right in the middle, trying to cover as much ground as possible. But even with a machine this size, it's taking a serious amount of time. This isn't a quick job at all. It's taken me over a week just to work my way across properly. But once it's done, this field is going to be one of the biggest contributors on the farm by far. Back at the yard, Cassie and Grace are keeping everything ticking along as usual. Animals are fed, productions are running, and all of this work out here is building towards something massive. With this much corn coming in next year, we're talking millions of litres, enough to comfortably supply ethanol, whiskey, and anything else we want to expand into. It's also got me thinking about changing things up a bit, because instead of relying on grass silage like we used to, we could move towards using a forage harvester with a corn header and turn one of the fields into chaff, feeding that straight into the fermenting silo for more bulk and consistency. Field 49 could be perfect for that, so that might be something we trial next year. For now though, everything is coming together exactly how we want it. Fields are limed, sprayed, crops are growing nicely, and as we move into June and July, things should quiet down a little, which is well earned after the last few busy months. The focus now is shifting towards building the money back up after that big land purchase, letting everything grow and preparing for what should be one of the biggest harvests we've ever had. So with that, I'm wrapping things up for the day. The sprayer's heading back, the field is finally done. The boys are still out there working through the lime, and May comes to a close with the farm in a really strong position and ready for what's coming next. June's here, and for once, things are a bit quieter around the farm. I've given everyone the month off, a proper break before the big harvests kick in later in the year. They've all earned it. It's been non-stop for months now, expanding, building, planting, so a bit of time to reset will do everyone good. That does mean it's just me holding things together for now, but honestly, I don't mind. There's something quite nice about a slower pace every now and then. Right now, I'm over by the sheep, loading up wool and keeping the spinneries topped up. It's one of those jobs that never really stops, month after month, load after load. But it keeps the clothing production ticking along, and that's a big part of the farm now. Even when things are quiet, there's always something that needs doing. And this is one of those steady, reliable jobs that keeps money coming in. Speaking of money, Hank's just rolled in again to do another round of deliveries. And this one's a big one. And that's the thing now. It's about maintaining that balance, keeping everything flowing, not overextending too quickly again. Watching Hank roll out of here fully loaded like that, it really shows how far this place has come. From a small setup to a full production operation with multiple income streams all feeding into each other. He's loading up a full truck of whiskey today, absolutely packed out, which is exactly what we want to see. All that production finally moving out the door. After that big field purchase recently, it's good to see the balance climbing back up again. We're sitting just under 500,000 now, which feels a lot more stable. Not quite where we were before, but definitely heading in the right direction. It's a good feeling.
Now I've made my way over to the sawmill, and this is where things get a bit different. For the first time since we put it in, it's empty, completely out of wood. No logs, no backlog, nothing left to process. And that's not because it's been neglected, it's because we've used every last tree we had. It's done its job, and it's done it well. That sawmill carried us for a long time, turned all that land clearing into something profitable, helped fund expansions, buildings, everything. But now, there's nothing left to feed it. And realistically, we're not planning on bringing in more trees just to keep it running. So maybe this is it. Maybe it's time to take it down, sell off what we can, and use this space for something new next season. Something that fits where the farm is now, not where it used to be. It's a bit strange, thinking about removing something that's been such a big part of the journey. But that's how this place works. Things evolve, priorities change, and you adapt. So yeah, June's been a quiet one. Just me, a few steady jobs, keeping things ticking over, and a bit of time to think about what's next. Everyone else is off recharging, which they'll need, because July's just around the corner, and that means end of year. Time to step back for a moment and take it all in. July's here. Final month of the season, and honestly, what a year it's been. Grace is here to pick me up now. We're heading into town to meet everyone. Proper end of season catch-up. Thanks for driving.
Someone had to make sure you actually showed up on time.
Feels like you're my Uber driving, sitting in the back here. But seriously, this year, you've been unreal. You've taken on so much running this place.
I've just been doing the job.
It's more than that now. I'm stepping back more and more, and you're basically running the farm day to day, especially with everything coming up.
What do you mean?
Liam's wedding. I'll be away for a while. I need you to take full control when that happens.
Full control?
Yeah, proper farm manager. You're already doing it anyway.
I mean, yeah, I can do that. Just didn't expect it to be said like that.
You've earned it.
Liam's getting married then?
Yeah.
Right. Well, good for him.
You all right?
Yeah, all good. Let's just get to the cafe.
About time you showed up.
We thought you'd bring a tractor instead of a car.
Would have been more on brand.
Very funny. Right. How's everyone feeling after this year?
Tired, but in a good way. That new field nearly finished me off though.
Yeah, that thing's massive. But it's going to pay off big time.
The animals have been great this year. And the butchery, still getting used to it. But it makes sense.
Everything's just more efficient now. We're not wasting anything anymore.
Exactly. We've gone from just farming to full production. Ethanol, whiskey, beer, clothes, and now meat.
And it all actually works together.
That's the scary part.
What's next then?
More expansion. Finish the upper valley, get those last 2 fields, upgrade more systems, maybe new equipment.
And keep everything stable. That's the key now.
Yeah, no rushing. We've built something solid here.
Still can't believe how far it's come.
And it's only just getting started. Season done. One of the biggest years we've had. And next year, we go even bigger. A new month and a new day. August is here. New season, and straight back into it. Morning, boys. I see you coming in now. You both good to go?
Morning. Yeah, just pulling up now. Heading straight to the combines.
We'll get started on the sorghum. I'll take the far side. Braden can work the near edge.
Perfect. Let's get a clean start to the season.
G'day, I'm on site as well. Just getting through the cows now. Starting milk runs shortly. Everything's looking healthy.
And I'm in the office, same as always. Got a few things to organize, contracts and deliveries mostly.
Good stuff. All right, I'll hitch up a trailer and head out to you both. I'll run support today. We'll get the sorghum done first, then move straight onto the barley field next door. If we stay on it, we can get this whole harvest wrapped up nicely. Let's keep it tidy. Right, trailer's on, heading out now. Feels a bit different being back out here like this. Don't spend as much time in the seat these days. Most of it's planning, organizing, keeping everything moving. Grace has taken a lot of that on, and honestly, she's been brilliant. Farm's running smoother than ever, but I do miss this part of it. Just driving out to the fields, getting stuck in, no thinking, just doing. And yeah, this old Valtra, it's been solid, never really let me down. But looking around at everyone else's gear now, newer tractors, bigger setups, might be time to upgrade soon. Something a bit more modern, bit more power, bit more comfort. We'll see. For now though, it's still doing the job, and that's what matters. All right, pulling up alongside Renzo now. Augers out, let's get this loaded. Sorghum's coming in clean, good color on it as well. Yield looks solid. Trailer's filling up quick, faster than I expected actually. That's a good sign for the rest of the season. And there we go, first full load. Just over 52,000 litres. That's a strong start. Right, let's get this back to the silo. Just under 700,000 in the bank right now, so every load like this, every delivery, it all adds up. Especially after that big land purchase, we needed a month like this, just steady income coming back in. And on to barley. Renzo's just starting his first proper pass. I'll run alongside him here. There we go, auger out again. Nice steady flow. 17,000 litres already, about a third of the trailer. Good consistency across the field as well. That's what you want. Quick check, how's everyone getting on?
Barley's going smooth. Shouldn't be too long now.
Yeah, we're moving through it nicely.
Wool's being sorted now. Just finished dropping that off. Animals are all done for the day.
I've lined up a few more deliveries with Hank over the next couple of months. Everything's scheduled in.
Perfect. That's exactly what we need. All right, I'll finish this load and get it back. Right, that's the last of it. 37,000 litres in this final run. Let's get it tipped. And that's harvest done for August. Combines can go away, everything cleaned up. Nice and efficient. Quick check on the silos. 500,000 litres of corn, 328,000 barley, 124,000 sorghum. That's a strong position to be in. Everything stocked, everything ready. Good start to the season. August done. Let's move into September. September's here, and today's a big one. But because for the first time on this farm, we're about to try something completely different. Grace is on her way to pick me up now, and we're heading into town to buy ourselves a new toy. Morning, Grace.
Morning. You look far too excited for someone who's about to spend a stupid amount of money.
That's because I am about to spend a stupid amount of money. But hear me out. This could be a really good move for the farm.
Go on then.
I want to try cutting one of the cornfields early, while it's still green, and use a forage harvester to turn it into chaff. Straight into the fermenting silo. No grass, no mower, no baling. Just proper bulk silage.
Well, here we are. I'll head back to the farm now. Try not to bankrupt us before lunch.
Right then, let's have a look. And there it is. John Deere 9000 series forage harvester. Big, green, expensive, and absolutely perfect. Braden is going to lose his mind when he sees this. $500,000 though. Wow. And of course, we need the header as well. The 390 plus. Another 127,000. All right then, let's buy the lot.
Godric, fancy seeing you down here.
Oh, hey Russell, likewise.
Braden said you might be down here spending some money today. What did you go for then?
Only a forage harvester. John Deere 9000 series. Header as well. Figured if we're trying corn silage, we may as well do it properly.
Good choice. Serious bit of kit. And I'll tell you what, I'm glad you picked John Deere.
I had a feeling you might say that.
Well, with me being a dealer and all, I can sort a reimbursement discount on that purchase. You won't get it all back, obviously, but I can get you about $100,000 back.
You're joking?
Nope. Perks of having the right connections. And Braden talks about this farm enough that I feel like I already work there half the time.
That is a huge help, Russell. I really appreciate that.
No problem. Now go enjoy your new toy. It's a beauty.
Right, let's get in this thing. Oh wow, that cab is incredible. Listen to that engine. Yes, that'll do nicely. Headers on, everything's ready, and suddenly I feel like a child who's been left alone in a very expensive toy shop. Right then, back to the farm. And for once, I am absolutely buzzing to get to work.
All right, team, quick check-in. I've got the new machine and I'm heading to field 49 now.
I'm just sorting the milk runs for the dairy. Everything's flowing nicely over here.
I'm out doing the wool deliveries. Please tell me that machine is green.
Of course it's green. Wouldn't want to upset the family reputation.
Yes! That is exactly what I wanted to hear.
I'm back at the yard doing some vehicle maintenance. Might as well keep everything tidy while you lot go and play with new toys.
I'll head out with a trailer and run alongside you. No point buying a machine like that if we're not going to work it properly.
Dad will be very pleased to hear this.
He already has been. He helped a lot, actually.
Right. Enough talking. Let's see what this thing can do.
And just like that, we're off. First pass through the field, and this thing absolutely flies. Clean cut, big feed, no messing around. Just row after row disappearing in front of me. It's moments like this that really make you stop and think. A few years ago, I was cutting trees down with a chainsaw, hoping I could scrape enough money together to survive another season. Now, I'm sitting in a brand new forage harvester, working one of my own fields, with a full team spread across the farm, keeping everything moving. It's mad, really. The farm feels different now. Bigger, heavier, more serious. Not just crops and tractors anymore, but systems, production chains, deliveries, workers, schedules. It's a proper operation. And the strange thing is, it still feels like there's more to do, more land to buy, more things to improve, more ideas to try. That's probably the best part of all this. All right, Grace, how's that last load looking?
Heavy. Very heavy. I'm bringing the final trailer in now.
This field's done on my side, and I'll be honest, if we do much more of this, we might need 2 forage harvesters next year.
The fermenting silo is completely full. 1 million liters of chaff.
What?
As well as just under 900,000 liters of silage from one field.
That is insane. That's way more than I expected.
Exactly. This changes things.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Well, the last load's in. Field's clear, silos full, and I'd call that a very successful experiment.
Agreed. Right then, let's wrap it there. September done. New machine, new system, and probably the start of a whole new way of doing silage on this farm. October's here, and it's time. Corn harvest. You can see it already. Both combines heading out now, corn headers on, ready to go. Braden's leading one, Renzo's right behind him, and this is where the real work begins. This is the harvest that sets up everything else on the farm for the year ahead. All that planting, all that prep, this is where it pays off. Cassie and Grace are following them out in the tractors, ready to haul. So we've got the full team out in the fields today. Everyone's busy, everyone's got a role, and it's good to see it all moving like this. And yeah, this place is stacked. Ground beef, pepperoni, steak, mutton, chiffon, all piled up and ready to go. This is exactly what we wanted when we built this place. Everything processed here, everything ready for delivery.
Hank will be happy when he turns up next, that's for sure. It's one of those things you don't really appreciate until you see it all sitting here like this. Just how much value we're getting out of the animals now. Right, let's keep moving. Next job, wool. Always wool. It never stops. I'll get this loaded up and taken over to the spinneries. Keep that side of things topped up. Clothing's been one of those quiet performers on the farm, just ticking away in the background, bringing in steady income. And that's exactly what we want. And speaking of clothing, yeah, it's been doing really well lately. The whole next-gen farmer merch line has really started picking up, which is great to see. If you want to grab some for yourself, jump on the store, have a look. We've got the Godric Season 1 gear on there as well, along with all the new stuff. It's something I never really expected to take off like it has, but it's been a big part of the journey now. Right, back to work. Let's go check on the beef cows. We're up to about 190 in here now. That's a solid number. Some of these are getting close to that prime window as well, so we'll be moving a few across soon. Everything looks healthy though. Plenty of feed, plenty of space. Now, let's head over to the dairy. And yeah, this is getting big. 500 cows in here now. That is a serious operation. Milk production is huge, but it also means a lot more management, a lot more output, and a lot more decisions on what we do with them. We can't move all of them, but we can definitely start selecting the right ones. All right, let's get the trailer hooked up and start moving a few.
Right, trailer's loaded up and we're moving. This is where the butchery really starts to show its value. Being able to move animals directly across, process them on site, and turn them into products straight away, it changes everything. It's efficient, it's controlled, and it keeps everything in-house. And honestly, it's working really well. The butchery has been one of the best decisions we've made on this farm. It's consistent, it's profitable, and it fits perfectly with everything else we're doing. At the moment, we're just sticking with cows and sheep, keeping things simple, keeping things manageable. I've thought about pigs, thought about chickens, but with everything coming up, it just doesn't make sense right now. There's more maintenance, more systems to manage, and with plans to head over to Scotland next year, I don't want to be introducing anything new that the team then has to deal with. Everything we've got now is working. No need to overcomplicate it. And there we go. That's the last of that load. We're sitting at about 91 cows and 83 sheep in the butchery now, which is perfect. That should keep production running for a good couple of months without needing constant input. And speaking of things moving, there's Hank. Perfect timing. He's here loading up everything, greenhouse produce, butchery products, all of it going out. And this is where the money really starts to come back in. We're sitting at about 270,000 in the bank right now, but once he's done his rounds, that number is going to climb nicely again. Meanwhile, out in the fields, the teams smashed through the smaller cornfields, and now they're onto the big one. That new field is no joke. It's going to take them several days, maybe even the full week, just to get through it all. But once it's done, we're talking massive numbers. And while all that's happening, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Next year, I want to take some time away, go over to Scotland, Liam's wedding, spend time with Hope and Ethan, travel a bit, show them where I came from, introduce them to family, make a proper trip out of it. Not just a quick visit, a full year away from the farm, which means Grace will need to take over completely. And honestly, I think she's ready. The farm is running better than ever under her management already, so it feels like the right time. And just like that, the day's wrapping up. You can see them now, both combines leading the way back, tractors following behind, loaded up. Late finish, but a good one. Everything heading back to the yard, ready to unload. Banks sitting at about 367,000. Harvest well underway. Systems all running. October done. And we're one step closer to handing this whole place over.
November's here. Just me and Grace on the farm this month. The others have taken some well-earned time off after that harvest, and to be fair, they've earned it. Grace is moving grain between the silos and the production lines, keeping the whiskey and beer factories running, topping everything up, making sure nothing stops. The numbers we're sitting on right now are ridiculous. 1.5 million litres of corn sitting in the silo. We've got one real job to focus on this month. That empty space by the butchery. This used to be where the sawmill was, and it's been sitting empty ever since we cleared it out. A proper vehicle shed. Nothing over the top, just something solid, something practical. Somewhere we can actually store some of this equipment instead of leaving it scattered around the yard, getting weathered. Now the question is, what actually goes in here? Because right now, we've got machines everywhere. Stuff sitting out in the yard, stuff parked wherever it fits, things we're not using, just exposed to the weather. It's not ideal, and it's definitely something we should have sorted earlier, but this should help. I reckon we start simple. The planters. We've got the 2 red ones, the 2 blue ones, and they're not needed until April. So they can sit here nicely, out of the way, protected, ready for next season. It's a long enough shed. They'll fit perfectly. Grace is bringing the first blue planter in now. Nice and steady. Yeah, that fits well. Plenty of room either side, easy access. That's exactly what we wanted. Grace is already heading back for the second blue one. Nearly took me out there, actually. That was close. I'll stay out of her way next time. Right, let me grab the second red planter. Hook that up, nice and easy. And we'll bring this one over as well. All right, last one going in. There we go. All 4 planters, stored, covered, and out of the way. And they'll sit there now until April, ready to go when we need them again. Not bad at all. That's already made the yard look cleaner.
That's a good job, that.
Yeah, it's one of those things we probably should have done a while ago.
Better late than never. And I've actually got something else sorted for this area as well.
Oh yeah?
Picked up a power washer. Figured if we're going to start storing things properly, we may as well keep them clean as well.
That is a very good point.
So I'll tell you what, you can get started on that.
Yes, boss, of course I can.
I'll supervise.
And just like that, we're back to it. Bit of cleaning, bit of organization, nothing too hectic. But it's these months that keep everything running properly. Everything's in place, everything's ticking over. And for once, we're not chasing problems. We're just getting ahead. November done, on to December.
December's here, final month of the year, and it's just me and Renzo on the farm this time. The others are still off after the harvest push, so it's on us to keep everything ticking over. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of moving product around, keeping all the production lines fed and running smoothly. We've still got a huge amount of grain sitting in the silos, so this month is all about shifting that into the factories, making sure everything keeps producing through the off-season. Right, let's go check the productions first. Starting with the whiskey. Corn's the big one here, as always. Everything else is looking solid. Plenty of water, everything else topped up nicely. Beer factory. That's all about barley, and again, we're in a good spot. Loads of stock sitting ready, just needs feeding in regularly to keep the output going. And then ethanol. Needs a bit of everything. Corn, dry corn, propane, sorghum. It's constantly hungry, but it's also one of the biggest earners we've got. If we keep this running properly, it pays off massively. All right, that's the plan sorted. Let's get hooked up and get moving. Trailers on, let's get to work. I'll start with barley runs over to the beer factory, and Renzo's heading over to the whiskey to keep that topped up. Nice steady flow. In, out, repeat. You can really feel how different things are now compared to the early days. This isn't just farming anymore, this is logistics. Load, deliver, unload, and straight back again. Renzo, how's the whiskey side looking?
All good here. Just topping it up now. Should keep it running for a while once this loads in.
Perfect. I'm halfway through the barley runs. Beer factory's filling up nicely.
Nice. Once we're done here, we'll switch over to ethanol.
Yeah, sounds good. Keep it moving. Right, that's the barley sorted for now. Let's move on. Ethanol next. Quick check again. Yeah, as expected. Sorghum's what I'll handle next. Renzo's going to run corn and dry corn loads to keep everything balanced. Let's get this loaded. nice full trailer of sorghum, and we'll head down south to the ethanol plant. It's a bit of a drive, but it's worth it. Rolling in now, unload that, and straight back again. And while we're doing these runs, I've got one more thing to sort. Hey David, how's things?
Good, thanks. What's up?
Just wanted to talk about those last two fields up in the upper valley, 48 and 42.
Yeah. You're still keen on those?
Yeah, definitely. 42's small, but 48's a good size. And together, they'd pretty much complete that whole area for me.
Makes sense. You've already taken most of that valley anyway.
Exactly. Just want to finish it off properly.
Yeah, I'm happy to sell them. If you want, we can sort it early next year when you're ready.
Yeah, that works perfectly. Once we hit planting season, we'll lock it in.
Sounds like a plan.
Appreciate it, mate.
No worries.
Right, that's that sorted. Upper Valley nearly complete. And just like that, December's wrapping up. Runs are done. Factories are full. Everything's running smoothly. Renzo's heading off for the day, and honestly, the place is in a really good spot right now. We've built something solid here. Systems in place, production flowing, plans lined up for next year. And now, we reset. New year, new opportunities. January, here we come. January's here. Light snow falling across the farm, and it's just me and Grace holding things down this month. Hank's already out on the road, full load of beer heading off to Casey's. We've built up a serious amount of it as well. Tanks are full, storage is full, and honestly, it's perfect timing. After everything we've spent recently, it's good to finally see some proper money coming back in again. Because this month isn't about rushing into anything. It's about making the right decision. We've still got that space around the back of the butchery, and it's just sitting there, doing nothing. And that doesn't sit right with me. We could build more vehicle sheds, clean things up, make the yard look a bit more organized. Or we could go down the animal route. Chickens, pigs, expand that side of the farm. But realistically, now's not the time for that. Not with everything else we've got going on. If anything, there's one system that keeps coming back to me. Biogas. Because right now, it's struggling to keep up. We've got manure sitting there, slurry building up, and now more silage than we know what to do with after that chaff run. And we're not using it all, which means we're wasting potential income. And that's something I don't like doing. Hank's just loaded up the butchery products as well now. Everything's heading out. And just like that, we're sitting back over 500,000 in the bank. Right, let's head inside and talk this through properly. All right, so that space behind the butchery, what do you reckon?
It's too valuable to waste on storage.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
We could put more sheds in, but that's not really solving anything. It's just hiding the problem.
Exactly.
If we're going to build something there, it needs to make money.
That's where I keep landing. Biogas.
Same here. We've got more inputs than the system can handle right now. Manure, slurry, and now that silage as well.
It's bottlenecking us.
It is. And it's the easiest thing to scale. We're not changing anything, just expanding what's already working.
More capacity, more output, more income.
Exactly. And it runs itself once it's set up properly.
That's the key.
If we do this, we go big. No half measures.
Agreed. Fermenter and a secondary digester?
Yep, biggest ones we can fit in that space.
All right then, let's go build it. Right, this is the spot. Plenty of room here to work with. Fermenter on the left, secondary digester on the right. Keep it clean, keep it efficient, and tie it straight into the existing system. We've got about 650,000 in the bank now, so we're not holding back. Best equipment we can get. No shortcuts.
If we're doing it, we do it properly. No point upgrading just to outgrow it again in 6 months.
Exactly. All right, let's get it purchased. And just like that, it's in. big units. Exactly what we needed. Bank's taken a hit, down to about 60,000 now, but this is long-term money.
You'll make that back quicker than you think.
Yeah, especially once everything's running together. Right, let's get it switched on. Manure going in, slurry feeding through, silage being processed, and straight away you can see it. Everything's moving, no backlog, no waiting.
That's already a massive difference.
Yeah, this is what it should have been doing the whole time. Only problem now, the generators. They can't keep up with this.
They've been maxed out for a while.
Yeah, we've just ignored it. Can't anymore. Right, let's sort it. Let them finish what they're doing, shut them down, and get them removed. Sell them off, recover what we can, and replace them with something that actually matches the system. Generator Strateron, big unit, handles more throughput, converts more methane, better return overall.
That should balance everything out.
That's the plan, and there it is, installed. Bank's down to about 20,000 now, but the system is complete. Everything flowing, everything connected, everything finally working at full capacity.
That's probably one of the best upgrades we've done.
Yeah, this one's going to pay for itself fast. And just like that, January's done. Quiet month, big results. Everything's running, everything's producing. And now, we let it work. February, next. February's here. No snow this month, but still cold enough to remind you we're not out of winter yet. Let's start with the sheep. Plenty of wool sitting here, as always. We're up to about 500 in the pen now, which is a really strong number. But it's starting to get a bit tight in here, so I think it's time we move a few on. We've got about 60 of the older ones, around that 14-month mark. And at that point, they're not really ideal for the butchery anymore. So we'll sell them off, free up some space, and take the cash instead. Should be around 55 to 57,000, which is a nice little return for clearing things out. Right, that's sorted. Let's head over to the beef cows. These are looking really good. About 140 in the pen now. All healthy, all growing well, and a fair few getting close to that perfect stage for processing. Exactly where we want them. Steady, controlled, no rushing. Now, the manure. And yeah, completely full. 735,000 litres just sitting here, which is honestly a bit ridiculous. That biogas system needs to start pulling its weight properly, because right now, we've got more than it can handle. Let's check the dairy. About 460 cows in here now. Again, really solid numbers. Milk production strong, everything stable. And the manure heap here? Yeah, also completely full. So that's confirmed. We've got more input than we can process, even after the upgrades. There's not a lot else going on out here. Everything's running smoothly. So, let's head inside.
You look like you don't quite know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, that obvious?
A little bit. You're not used to things being calm.
No, I'm not. Everything's just working.
That's a good thing. You've spent years getting it to this point.
Yeah, I know. Just feels strange not having something on fire somewhere.
Well, maybe that's your sign to actually slow down for once.
I've been thinking a lot about this year, about the trip, about going over to Scotland.
I have too. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not just a holiday, it's everything. Meeting your family properly, seeing where you grew up, being there for Liam's wedding. It's a big deal.
It is. And I think it's the right time. The farm's in a good place, better than it's ever been. Grace is basically running half of it already.
She's more than ready. Honestly, I think you stepping back might actually be good for it.
You reckon?
Yeah, it'll prove the farm can run without you hovering over everything, and it gives you a chance to actually enjoy what you've built.
That's the weird part, stepping away from it.
You're not walking away from it, you're just letting it breathe.
And Ethan's going to love it.
He already is. He's been asking about Scotland non-stop.
Yeah. I want him to see it properly, not just pictures. Actually be there.
Then we do it properly. No rushing back. Take the time.
Yeah, we will. March is here, and once again, we're running light on the farm. Everyone's taking a bit of time off in rotation after the last few months, so this time, it's just me and Cassie holding things down. Nothing too major going on, just keeping things ticking over and staying on top of the smaller jobs. Cassie's already out working, moving some animals into the butchery, so I'll head over, check on the dairy cows first, and then meet her over there.
G'day. Just getting a few of these older ones sorted.
How many are you taking over?
Mostly the 12 to 14-month-olds. Good size, ready to go, and we've just got too many sitting in here doing nothing.
Yeah, makes sense. No point keeping them longer than we need to.
Exactly. I'll run a few loads over to the butchery, get them processed. Free up a bit of space in here again.
Perfect. That'll help balance things out nicely.
Yeah, should keep everything flowing properly again. Right, I'll get this lot over there.
And just like that, she's off again. Another full trailer heading out, and that's exactly what we need right now. Keep things moving, keep the system flowing. Right, I'll leave her to it and get on with a few jobs myself. Let's head over to the clothing side. Now this is looking good. 8 pallets already sitting out in the loading bay, ready to go. And inside, yeah, another 12, almost 13 pallets stacked up in the warehouse. That is a lot of product. Hank's going to have a field day with this next month. That's going to bring in a really solid chunk of income, all just ticking away in the background. There goes Cassie again, this time with a load of wool heading over to the spinnery. She's not slowing down today, that's for sure. Right, let's check on the corn dryer. And yeah, that's exactly where we want it. Just under 500,000 litres of dry corn sitting in there. That's more than enough to keep both ethanol and whiskey running for a long time, probably a couple of years at this rate, which takes a lot of pressure off. Honestly, not a lot else going on. Everything's running, everything's stable, so I might actually take 5 minutes for once. Right, coffee done. Let's go check on the fermenting silo before we wrap things up. And yeah, still a serious amount sitting in here. Just under 1 million litres of silage, and you can see it slowly working its way through the system. Chaff's coming down nicely as well. Just over 100,000 litres left sitting in there, which means the system is doing exactly what we wanted it to do. And now that we're not using grass anymore, we can switch haylage off completely. Just run corn silage. Keep it simple, keep it efficient. And that should carry us right through until the next harvest later in the year. That's a really good setup. And just like that, March is done. Cassie's heading off for the day, everything's running smoothly, and we're in a really good place heading into April. April's here, and everything's come back to life. Spring's properly kicked in now. The snow's gone, the fields are ready, and the whole farm is moving again. Cassie's already out there with the blue planters, getting the corn in. And not far behind her, Renzo and Braden are working through with the red cedars, planting the barley. Everyone's back. Everyone's busy. And this is where the year really starts. And honestly, it looks good. The fields are going in clean, timing's perfect, and everything we set up over winter is starting to pay off already. Even just walking around the yard, checking things over, the biogas is running strong. The cows are all where they should be, and everything just feels stable, which is not something I used to say very often. And there's Hank, right on time. Full run this month, starting with the clothing. And yeah, there's a lot of it. All those pallets we stacked up last month, now they're heading out. Let's give him a hand. Right. Push this one over, line it up, and onto the truck. That's 1, 2, 3. And it just keeps going. Every pallet that goes on there is just money waiting to come back in. And when you see it like this, stacked, loaded, ready to go, it really puts it into perspective how far this place has come. That should be the last of the clothing. Truck's full, and he's already moving on. Now he's onto the dairy. Milk products going in next, and again, it's just constant. And there he goes, struggling a bit up that hill. That's a heavy load. You can see it. Slow climb. Engine working hard. For a second there, I thought he might not make it. But yeah, he's through. And just like that, off to sell. And now we wait. Let's head over to the butchery. And this is where it gets interesting. Because you can already see it starting. The bank balance is ticking up. Just under 400,000 from that run. That is massive. And the best part, we're not even done yet. Looking in here, we've still got 56 cows and 142 sheep processing, which means more product coming soon, more money coming soon. And Hank's already back. Greenhouse produce going on now. And straight after that, he's loading up the butchery as well. Another full load. And just like that, he's off again. Second run of the day. And everyone else is still out there working the fields like nothing's changed.
You know what? I'm actually going to follow him this time. Not something I normally do, but I want to see where this is all going.
So let's head down to the ethanol plant. And yeah, this is where it all comes together. He's already here, loading up. And look at that. Full trailer of ethanol. Completely full. Every bit of it produced right here on the farm. Let's give him a hand with the last of it. Push those final pallets on. Line them up. That's it. Ready to go. And just like that, he's off again. Short drive this time, just across the road to sell. And there it is. 560,000. Just like that. One load. That is insane. Which means we're now sitting at about 1.2 million in the bank from 1 month. Now time to call David and buy these last fields. Hey David, I wanted to talk about those 2 fields up in the Upper Valley.
Field 48's 665,000 and 42's 104,000.
Yeah, that works for me. I'll take both.
All right, I'll get that sorted your side. They're all yours.
Once they're in, I'll get all the fields soil sampled as well. Make sure everything's balanced. Nitrogen, pH, the lot.
Good move. That's what I like to hear.
Thanks again, David.
Anytime. Speak soon.
And just like that, Upper Valley complete. That feels good. Really good. On to May. May's here, and the farm's in full swing again. Renzo's out doing the wool runs, keeping the spinneries topped up. Braden's moving cattle from the pens over to the butchery, keeping that production flowing. Grace is back in the office, handling all the paperwork, keeping everything organized behind the scenes. And Cassie's out checking on the dairy cows, making sure everything's running smoothly there. And me? I've got a job that somehow got missed. Those 2 new fields in the Upper Valley, they didn't get fertilized during planting. So it's time to fix that. Right. Let's hop into the AgriFac. And yeah, this thing still feels ridiculous to drive. Massive machine. Covers ground so quickly. And honestly, it makes jobs like this feel easy. Right. Let's get out to the fields. And here we are. 2 new fields. Now part of the farm. Upper Valley, fully complete. Every field up here now belongs to us. And it's strange, standing here. Because for a long time, this was the goal. To own this entire section. To build it out. To make it all work together. And now, it's done. Everything's in place. Everything's connected. Everything's producing. Right. Let's get to work. First pass. And just like that, we're moving. Wide booms out, covering the field in one go. And it barely feels like any time at all before you're already halfway across. And while I'm out here doing this, the rest of the farm's just running. Braden's doing his thing. Cassie's handling the animals. Renzo's keeping the productions flowing. Grace is managing everything behind the scenes. And I'm not even there. Now, I'm out here spraying a field that got missed, while everything else just carries on without me. And honestly, that's a good feeling. It means it's working. It means the systems are in place. The people are in place. Everything's doing what it's supposed to do. I guess this is what it feels like to actually step back a bit. Not completely removed, but not needed everywhere all at once. And with everything that's coming up, that's probably exactly where I need to be. Because next year, that's the real step back. Taking time off, heading over to Scotland, spending that time properly, and knowing this place will keep running without me. That's the goal. Right, last pass. And just like that, done. Fields are sorted, fertilized, ready to go. Let's head back. Sprayers going away. Job's done. And looking out across the farm, everyone's still moving, still working, still doing exactly what they need to do. Braden and Renzo are heading back in now. Day's wrapping up, and everything is exactly where it should be. May's done. All the groundwork's in place. And now we wait for the next big push. On to June.
June's here, and for once, there's just not much going on. No major jobs, no pressure, no rush. Everything's just ticking along exactly how it should be. So instead of wandering around trying to find something to do, I'm heading straight to the office to check in with Grace. All right, how are things looking?
Honestly, everything's under control.
Yeah?
Yeah. The boys are on their way in now. They'll take care of anything that comes up. All the productions are running. Animals are sorted. Fields are fine. There's nothing urgent.
Right.
Which means you should probably take a break.
A break?
Yeah. Go spend some time with Hope. You don't need to be here for everything anymore.
Feels strange hearing that.
Good. It means we're doing things right.
All right, no worries. I'll leave you to it. Right. Quick walk around first, just to make sure everything is actually running how it should be. Butchery's looking good. Sheep are moving through nicely. Cows are being processed as well. Everything flowing exactly how it should. No backups, no issues, just steady output. And there's the boys arriving now. Perfect timing. Right, that's enough for me. Let's head back to the house. And honestly, it feels weird. Walking away, knowing I'm not needed, but also kind of good. Hey, you fancy heading out for some lunch?
Lunch?
Yeah, figured we've actually got the time for once.
You know what? Yeah, that sounds really nice.
We don't do that very often.
No, we don't.
All right, let's go. And just like that, we're out. Down the road, and yeah, there it is. Del Taco. The same place I proposed. Right, let's grab a table.
I still can't believe you picked this place.
What? It worked, didn't it?
It did. I said yes.
Things are a bit different now, though.
Yeah, they are.
I've actually got time.
That's the weird part. You're not rushing off. You're not checking your phone every 5 seconds.
Yeah, the farm's just running.
That's what you wanted, though.
It is.
And it's perfect timing. Scotland's coming up. Ethan's already excited.
Yeah, he keeps asking about it.
So do I, to be fair. Seeing Liam, meeting Fiona properly, spending time over there.
And not just that, taking the time to travel a bit as well.
Yeah, make a proper year of it, not just rush in and out.
It's going to be good. Really good.
It is.
July's here, final month of the season. And before everything changes,
there's one more thing I want to do. Treat myself. Because for a long time now, I've been running around in the same tractor, while everything else on this farm has grown bigger, better, more advanced. And it's about time I changed that. So, I'm heading down to the shop, but not on my own. All right, team, quick one. Follow me down to the shop. Got a bit of a surprise for you. I'm finally upgrading my tractor. Follow me.
About time.
No way. What are we talking?
This I've got to see.
This should be interesting.
You'll find out when we get there.
It better be green.
Or at least something decent.
As long as it actually works properly, I don't care what color it is.
I'm guessing it's not small.
Definitely not small. And here we are. Shop's just ahead. Right. Moment of truth. Fendt 1000 Vario. Green. 450,000. Yeah, that'll do nicely. All right, here they come. Pulling in now.
No way.
That is massive.
Wow.
That's a serious bit of kit.
Fendt 1000 Vario. That is top tier.
Yeah, that's not messing around.
Figured it was time. And while you're all taking that in, there's something else I need to say. All right, listen up. There's something I haven't told you yet.
That sounds serious.
What's going on?
A couple of days ago, I got a call from a producer at the BBC.
BBC?
Yeah, they've offered me a contract to host a show.
You're joking.
It's called Farmyard Nightmares. I'd be traveling, going to farms all over the world, helping fix them up.
That actually sounds like you. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
So, what does that mean for here?
It means, after next year, after Scotland, after Liam's wedding, I'll be heading off to do that.
And the farm?
Stays here, running, with all of you. And Grace, you'll be in charge.
I can do that, boss.
I trust you, all of you, because this place, it doesn't need me anymore. And that was always the goal. And now, even bigger things are on the horizon. Never thought I'd see the day where I'd willingly step away from all of this. Every field, every building, every decision, it all led here. A farm that runs without me needing to touch a thing. Grace has it. The team has it. Everything we built, it's solid. Stronger than I ever imagined when I first arrived with nothing. And now, it's time to leave it for a while. Scotland, family, Liam, a wedding. A year away from the grind, and then something completely different after that. BBC calling still doesn't feel real, but that's a story for later. All right, everyone's here. I won't drag this out, but I want to say this properly before I go. Grace, this farm is yours while I'm away. You've been running half of it already. Now it's just official.
We've got it. Nothing's changing. You don't need to worry.
That's why I can leave.
Still feels weird not having you around shouting about efficiency.
Don't get too comfortable. I'll still be watching.
Everything's in a good place. Animals, systems, it's all flowing. Go enjoy it.
Production is stable. Output will remain consistent.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear. This place works because of you, not me. You've all stepped up, more than I ever expected.
We had a good teacher.
Let's not get carried away. Look after the farm. Look after each other. I'll be back, just not for a while.
We'll hold it down.
Safe travels.
Good luck in Scotland.
We've got this. Go be with your family.
Thanks, all of you. All right, how's it looking in here? Packed, or still pretending we've got time?
Half packed, which means I've done most of it, and you've done one bag.
That's a solid bag. Strategic packing. Ethan, how about you?
Yeah, if strategic means throwing stuff in and hoping it works.
Oi, whose side are you on?
Mum's, obviously.
Smart boy.
Right, brilliant. Outnumbered already. You excited though? Scotland, Liam, whole year away from this place.
Yeah, I am. I've heard about it forever. Kinda wild we're actually going.
It'll be good for us. Proper reset. No pressure, just time together.
That's the idea. Before things get busy again.
That TV thing still happening?
Yeah, looks like it. After the wedding. Whole new chapter.
That's crazy. You're going worldwide now. I'll have a famous dad.
Let's just get through Scotland first.
Step 1, finish packing.
Right, fair. Let's get this done. Next stop, Kinleg. Feels strange leaving the farm like this, even just for a bit. Everything's running smooth, but yeah, Scotland. Bit of time away, see Liam, actually slow things down for once. Not goodbye, just see you soon.
Wow, this is actually unreal. It's exactly how you described it.
Told you. Doesn't really hit properly until you see it in person.
It's so different though. Like, everything feels older or something.
Yeah, land's been worked here for generations. Proper history behind it.
It feels calmer too. Not empty, just peaceful.
That's Kinleg. Quiet place. But there's always something going on underneath, according to Liam.
I rated already. So, Liam's farm. We close?
Yeah, getting there. Couple more turns and we should be close, according to Google Maps.
I'm actually excited to finally see him again after all these years.
Yeah, he's something else.
Is he actually as stubborn as you say?
Worse.
Perfect. You'll get along great then.
All right, very funny. He's good people though. Been there since the start.
Feels kinda mad. Like we're stepping into your old life.
Yeah, bit of that. All right, we're basically here.
I can see buildings up ahead.
That it there?
Yeah, looks like Liam's place. Welcome to Kinleg.
Liam! Mate! It's actually you! It's been way too long seeing you like this in person.
Yeah, it has been a while, hasn't it? Last time we saw each other properly was your wedding, and that didn't exactly end how anyone expected.
No, it didn't. We kept in touch after, calls here and there, but it's not the same as standing here like this again.
It's good though, seeing you here now and actually making the trip over. First time in Scotland, and you come straight to this place. Not a bad introduction.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do it any other way. If I was coming here, it had to start with you, and seeing what you've built.
Right then, come on, I'll show you around properly.
This is the famous goat yoga setup you've been talking about. I've heard plenty about it, just never thought I'd actually see it in person.
So this is it, and somehow it's turned into one of the most reliable parts of the whole place. People come in for sessions, the goats interact with them, and it's more about the experience than anything else.
It's mad seeing it properly set up like this. Hearing about it is one thing, but this is on a completely different level.
Yeah, it started off as a bit of a joke idea, but once people started showing up, it just kept growing. Now it's booked regularly, and it brings in consistent income without needing massive input.
You always said it was doing well, but I didn't realize how far you'd taken it. This is properly built out.
Once it started growing, I had to take it more seriously and build it out properly.
This is where it really clicks for me. You've taken the idea and turned it into something properly scalable.
Come on, I'll show you where the goats stay when they're not working. This part had to expand pretty quickly once demand picked up.
There's a lot more here than I expected. You've clearly scaled it up properly.
They all look well kept as well, which says a lot about how you're running things.
Yeah, most of it's me day to day, but Fiona helps out a lot with managing everything. It's grown into something that actually needs structure behind it.
You've built something solid here, not just something that works short term. It's properly thought through.
Fields are just over here. I've expanded a bit over time to support everything else. This one here's barley, just finished harvesting it recently.
That's a great bit of land, really clean and well used. You can tell you've picked your spots carefully instead of rushing into it.
Yeah, this one was a recent pickup, and it tied everything together nicely. Production's just over here as well. I tried to keep it all close and manageable.
That layout makes a big difference. Everything flowing together instead of being spread out. You've kept it efficient without overcomplicating it.
So here's the core production: oil mill, grain mill, and the greenhouses running lettuce. Nothing too crazy, just steady and reliable systems.
I like that. It's simple, but it works. You've built something that can run consistently without constant pressure.
There's soybeans out the back as well. Helps keep everything self-sufficient. I didn't want to rely too much on bringing things in from outside.
That's the ideal setup. Controlling your own supply makes everything more stable.
Bulk hall's here with a yard behind it. Keeps storage and equipment easy to manage. Then you've got the sawmill just over here as well.
That's smart. Nothing going to waste and everything feeding back into the system. You've really built a full loop across the whole place.
Exactly. And then you've got the goat paddock there and olives on the left. Bit of variety keeps things balanced across the year.
You've got a proper ecosystem going here, not just separate pieces. Everything actually connects.
And finally, down here is the dairy, processing goat milk into different products. It all feeds back into what we're already running with the goats.
That closes the loop perfectly. Nothing wasted and everything has a purpose. You've built something really well thought out here.
Come on, there's one more part out the back I want to show you. It's probably the quietest spot on the whole place.
Wow, look at this hidden back here. I wasn't expecting something like this at all. You've got a whole other setup tucked away behind everything else.
Yeah, this is the quarry and stonemason area. It's a bit out of sight, but it does a lot of work. It runs off the natural water supply under the farm, so it's pretty self-sufficient.
So the water's actually doing the work here, not just supplying it. That's a smart way to keep it running without needing extra input.
Exactly. The underground water feeds straight into the system and keeps it producing consistently. Once the big stone comes through, it gets processed into things like castle stone and roof shingles. Those are easy to move and sell, so it adds another steady income stream.
I like that. It's another layer on top of everything else you've got going. You've built multiple income lines without overcomplicating it.
And just over here is the bale barn. Nothing fancy, but it does the job. Any hay or straw we produce gets stored here and kept ready for when it's needed.
That rounds it off nicely. Everything has its place and purpose. You've built this out properly from front to back. Right, I should probably go grab Hope and Ethan and get them over to the accommodation. We'll get unpacked, settle in, and then catch up properly with everyone soon. Good to finally see it all in person though. It's better than I imagined. I'll catch you later once we're sorted.
Sounds good. Take your time and get settled in properly.
Well, that was nice. Everything feels so close but still completely different to home. It's good to finally meet Liam and Fiona properly after hearing so much about them.
Yeah, it all feels really easy here, like we've just slotted straight into it. The place, the people, it's exactly what we needed.
I didn't know what to expect coming here, but I actually really like it already. It feels different to Montana, but in a good way.
This place is perfect. Right by the water and quiet without feeling isolated. It'll be nice to actually slow things down for a bit.
Yeah, no pressure, no schedule. Just time to reset and enjoy it. Feels strange not thinking about the farm constantly, but I'm not complaining.
I'm looking forward to getting out and seeing the town as well. Feels like there's a lot more to explore here than I thought.
We'll have plenty of time for that. We're not rushing anything while we're here. Just take it all in and enjoy it properly.
Yeah, we'll spend time with Liam and Fiona. Get out around the area and just enjoy it. It's different from Montana, but it's a good different.
Yeah, I like it here already. Feels like this is going to be a really good time.
It's been a few weeks now since we got here, and honestly, it's been exactly what I needed. Today, though, Liam's taking me out to see a whole different side of what he's built here.
Now that you're settled in properly, I figured it was time to show you the rest of it. There's a bit more going on here than just the farm you've seen so far.
Yeah, I had a feeling there was more behind it. You've been hinting at this fish food setup for a while now.
Yeah, the factory used to belong to my uncle Alistair, and I ended up buying it off him not too long ago. It's the same place Nathan tried to get his hands on before everything went quiet with him.
Nathan, yeah. Haven't heard anything about him in a long time. Feels strange after everything that went on back then.
Yeah, he disappeared out of it after a while, and I just focused on building this up properly. Alistair still helps out here and there though, so you'll meet him today.
That'll be good. I've heard a lot about him over the years. Sounds like he's been a big part of getting this whole thing going.
He has been, and he still keeps an eye on things even now.
You mentioned taking the boat out there.
Yeah, we'll head out on the speedboat, check the pens, and then find somewhere decent to fish for a bit. Make a proper day of it instead of just walking you around. Here we are, this is the place.
So this is Godric then. I've heard plenty about you over the years. Good to finally meet you in person.
Likewise. I've heard a lot about you as well. Sounds like this place wouldn't be what it is without you.
It started with me, but he's taken it a lot further than I ever did. I just help keep things ticking over now and again.
He's being modest. Most of this started from what he built. I've just expanded it and tied it into everything else. So the way it works is everything starts back on the farm. We produce olive oil and barley flour through the mills and bring it all here.
So you're feeding your own production straight into this system. That keeps everything controlled from the start.
Exactly. And we add soybeans from the fields as well to complete the mix. That all gets processed here into fish food, ready for the next stage.
That's a really clean pipeline. Nothing wasted and everything feeding forward.
Once it's made, it goes down to the baby fishery just along the water. That's where the young salmon are raised before they're moved out.
Right, let's get moving again. I'll show you where it all ends up out on the water. That was the main part of it. Now you've seen how it all works. Next stop is the boat, and then out to the aquaculture.
That factory ties everything together way better than I expected. You've built something much bigger than just a farm here.
Yeah, it's grown into something a bit more over time. The lock's just around the corner from here. Right, this is where things get a bit more interesting. Hop on and we'll head out.
Haven't done anything like this in a while. This is a nice change of pace.
Once we get out there, you'll see the full setup. It all makes more sense when you're on the water.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all comes together. It's been building up all day.
Funny thinking back to where things were 15 years ago. Didn't think either of us would end up like this.
Yeah, especially not after everything that happened. There were a lot of unknowns back then.
There was a point where I didn't think you were coming back at all. It was a rough time for everyone.
Yeah, I've heard bits about that since. Strange, looking back on something you weren't even there for.
But here you are now, back on your feet and running everything again. It's good to see how things turned out.
Yeah, things worked out in the end. Different path than I expected, but I can't complain.
Both ended up building something solid in our own ways. Just took a few turns to get there.
Yeah, and now we're out here doing this. Can't really ask for much more than that.
There it is out ahead. That's the aquaculture pens. Everything you saw at the factory ends up right here in the water.
Yeah,
You can already see how it all connects now. From the farm, to the factory, to this, it's a full system.
Exactly. And once they're grown here, they go straight into the local market. Keeps everything close and under control. So these are the adult salmon here, ready to go. Each month we're filling crates from this stock for the market.
That's a serious volume. More than I expected to see out here. You've scaled this up properly.
Up here we've got the younger stock waiting to move through. As space opens up in the pens, they get transferred across. And over here, this is where it all happens. Take a look at the pens themselves.
That's unreal. Look at them all moving through the water. You can actually see the growth happening right in front of you.
Yeah, they're fed daily from what we produce back on the farm. It's a constant process, always moving forward.
That's what I like about it. It never really stops. Everything just keeps building on itself.
Right, let's head back to the boat. Feels like the perfect time to get some fishing in.
Yeah, can't come out here and not do that. Let's see if we can catch something decent.
We'll head out a bit further and find a good spot. Should be plenty out here if we pick it right.
Sounds good to me. Nice way to finish the day.
So, Ethan. Hard to believe how old he is now.
Yeah, he's almost 16 already. Time's gone quick without me really noticing.
He seems switched on though. Got that same look you had back in the day.
Yeah, he's always around the farm, helping out whenever he can. He's got a real interest in it, which is good to see.
You thinking he'll take it on one day? Feels like he's heading that way.
Maybe, but I'm not just handing it to him. If he wants it, he's got to earn it and figure it out for himself.
That's fair. Same way you started, really.
Exactly. I didn't get any shortcuts. I want him to learn, make mistakes, and build something of his own.
Does he know what he wants yet? Or still figuring it out?
Still figuring it out. He's been talking about traveling for a bit first, seeing more of the world.
That's not a bad idea. There's a lot more out there than just one place.
Yeah, and being here has already opened his eyes a bit. He's starting to realize there's more to life than just Montana.
That'll do him good. Give him a bit of perspective before he decides anything long-term. Right, sun's starting to drop now. We should probably head back soon.
Yeah, good call. Been a solid day. It's been a couple more weeks now, and honestly, it's been exactly what we needed. Kinleg's been good to us, and it's nice just stepping away from everything for a bit.
It really has been. I don't think I've switched off like this in a long time. Everything just feels slower here, in the best way.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Grace as well, and everything's running smoothly back home. Sounds like the team's got everything under control without me there.
That's good though. Means you can actually relax for once. Feels weird not hearing about problems every day.
Yeah, I'm not used to it. But I'm not complaining either.
I was thinking we head into town today. Find somewhere nice to sit and just take it easy. There's got to be a good coffee spot around there somewhere.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. We haven't properly spent time in town yet either.
Yeah, I'm keen. I've been around a bit with the guys I met, but not really with you both. Would be good to check it out properly together.
Exactly. Proper, slow day. No plans, just go and see what we find.
Feels like everything's just settled into place here now. Not rushing around, just enjoying it.
Yeah, it's been really nice getting to know Fiona as well. She's been great. Really easy to get along with.
Yeah, her and Liam have been good to us. Makes it feel a lot easier being here.
I've been hanging out with a few people from around here too. It's been good. Everyone's pretty chilled.
That trip we did as well helped. Getting out and seeing a bit more. Going back through parts of the UK was something I didn't think I'd do again.
Yeah, seeing where you grew up was really special. It all felt very different to what I expected.
That farm we drove past, Whitcomb, was it?
Yeah, Whitcomb Farm. Never actually been there before, but it was something else driving through it.
This whole trip's just been full of moments like that. Feels like we've done a lot without rushing anything.
Looks like we're here. That should be the place up ahead.
There they are. Took you long enough. We've already ordered. Didn't know how long you'd be.
Of course you did. We're only just on time.
It's good to see you all again. Feels like it's been a busy few weeks for everyone.
Yeah, but in a good way. Everything's just felt easy since we got here.
This place is lovely as well. Nice spot to just sit and relax.
It's one of my favorites in town, and right across from the church as well.
Oh really? That's a beautiful building.
Yeah, that's where the ceremony's going to be. It just felt right for it.
Keeps things simple. Everything's coming together nicely now.
Yeah, it all feels like it's falling into place. Not long now, either.
It's going to be a really special day. You can feel it already.
Yeah, it's been good being here for all of it. Feels like we're part of it now.
You are. Wouldn't be the same without you all here.
Still a bit to do, but we're getting there. Just enjoying it as we go.
That's the best way to do it. No point rushing something like this. Few more months have passed now, and it's harvest time again out here. Feels strange watching it from the outside for once, instead of being right in the middle of it. There he is, straight into it. You can tell he's been waiting for this part. Crop looks clean as well. Good color, good density. He's done this properly. It's mad thinking he built all of this from nothing out here. Different land, different system, but the same mindset. Got a bit of time before the session later. Might as well have a proper look around. Haven't actually stopped to take it all in properly yet. New Holland, of course it is. Looks like Grace isn't the only one sticking with blue. T7 as well, solid choice. And that olive harvester next to it, also blue. There's definitely a theme here. Even the cultivator's blue. He's committed to it, I'll give him that. And over here, smaller setup for the olives. Landini tractor with a sprayer. Makes sense for tighter work. And the grass gear. That takes me back a bit. Used to run similar kit back in the early days in Montana. Funny how some things don't really change. What's that? Don't recognize that tractor. That must be Ewan. He's mentioned him a few times.
You must be Godric. Liam's been talking about you since you got here.
Yeah, that's me. Good to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about you as well.
All good things, I hope. He tends to exaggerate a bit.
Yeah, same goes the other way. Sounds like you've both built something solid here together.
We've done all right. Took a bit to get everything to where it is now.
I heard a bit about what happened back then as well. With the cellar and everything. That's a crazy story.
Yeah. It was what it was. Not something I like going over too much.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Just glad it worked out and you're both here now.
Same here. Things are a lot different these days.
In a good way, though. You've both come a long way from that.
I'd better get back to Liam. He'll be waiting on me with the trailer. We've got a bit to get through today.
Yeah, and I've got a session to get to as well. Wouldn't want to be late for goat yoga.
That's something I never thought I'd hear. But fair enough.
Yeah, wasn't on my list either, but here we are.
Good to meet you properly. I'll see you at the wedding.
Right, time to see what this goat yoga is actually all about. Didn't think I'd ever be walking into something like this, but here we are.
Hey honey, I think you'll enjoy it more than you think. Just try not to overthink it and actually relax for once.
Yeah, I'll give it a go. Feels like that's been the theme of this whole trip.
It's actually really calming once you get into it. You stop thinking about everything else pretty quickly.
Yeah, I didn't expect that, but you're right. It's weirdly peaceful.
That's what this whole place has been like. Just slowing everything down.
Yeah, it really has. Feels like we've actually had time to breathe again.
And it's nice knowing everything back home is running fine. You don't have to worry about it for once.
Yeah, Grace and the team have it covered. Makes it easier to actually enjoy being here.
New year coming up as well. Feels like a fresh start in a way.
Yeah, new year, new chapter. And somehow we're here for it. Didn't expect goat yoga to be part of it, but I'll take it. Not a bad way to spend a morning. Another day done out here, and it's been a good one. Liam and Ewan still out there getting the harvest finished as well. A new year's arrived now, and everything looks different again. Snow covering the ground, the whole place quiet and still. Kinleg's been peaceful, in a way I didn't expect. Different to Montana, but somehow familiar at the same time. Life moves slower here, but nothing ever really stops. It just keeps ticking along in its own way. Time's gone quicker than I thought it would. Feels like we only just got here. Liam's wedding's getting closer now. Everything's starting to come together for it. And for me, things are starting to shift again. That next chapter is getting closer. Farmyard nightmares. Still doesn't feel real saying it out loud. A whole new direction after everything that's come before. Traveling, new farms, new people. Something completely different to what I've known. It's exciting, but yeah, it's a bit unknown as well. But I think that's part of it. After everything over the last 20 years, feels like the right time for something new.
I can't believe it's almost here now. Feels like we've been building up to this for months.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Everything's coming together properly now.
It really is. You can feel it getting closer now.
Fiona's done an amazing job with everything as well. You can tell how much it means to her.
Yeah, her and Liam are solid. They've built something really good together.
It's been good helping out with bits as well. Feels like we've actually been part of it.
Yeah, we have. Wouldn't have wanted to just sit on the sidelines for this.
Feels like the perfect way to wrap up our time here. Everything leading into this moment.
Yeah, it does. Couldn't have planned it better.
Feels strange, doesn't it? After everything, we've actually made it to this point.
Yeah, it does. Long way from where we started.
Different lives, different paths, but somehow we ended up here. Both built something along the way.
Yeah, and not without a few setbacks. But that's what makes it what it is.
Didn't think you'd be standing here as my best man after all that time. But I'm glad you are.
Wouldn't have missed it. Not for anything.
Feels like everything's finally lined up. Right time, right place.
Yeah, it does. And you've earned it. Everything's ready. Feels like this is it now. Funny how quickly it all comes together at the end. After everything it took to get here. This is a big moment. For all of us, in a way.
Right, let's do this. Feels real now.
You'll be fine. Just take it one step at a time.
You say that like it's easy. You've already been through it.
Yeah, and you'll get through it just the same. Trust me.
Feels like yesterday we were back in Montana. Everything was a lot simpler then.
Yeah, different time, but good times.
Still are, just in a different way now.
Yeah, exactly that. Just different.
Right, we're here. Time to go.
Go on then. I'll see you in there.
We are gathered here today to celebrate the union of Liam and Fiona. A partnership built on trust, resilience, and the journey they've shared.
Fiona, you've been there through everything. You've stood by me and helped build this life we now have together.
Liam, you've shown me strength and patience in ways I never expected. I'm proud of everything we've built and everything still to come.
Marriage is not just a moment, but a commitment to continue growing together, to support one another through whatever lies ahead.
I promise to stand by you, to keep building this life together.
And I promise the same. Whatever comes next, we face it together.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal your vows.
20 years. That's how long this journey's been. From nothing to everything we built. Every step, every mistake, every win along the way. Montana, the farm, the people, everything that came with it. It was never just about farming. It was about building something that meant something. And now, it's time to step away from that chapter. Leave it in good hands. Grace has the farm. The team has everything running. And me, I've got something new ahead. New places, new people, new challenges. A completely different path. But everything I've learned, everything I've built, that all comes with me. This isn't the end. It's just the next step. And for the first time in a long time, I'm ready for it.